There's actually
inconsequential in the murdered. Babies weren't
saying.
I don't. These people.
They're occupiers, and those are criminals.
I'm sure it could be acceptable. So she's reversal of a home, your fears on.
Absolutely should. Israeli children do not understand this conflict in the way the people who are calling
of the is sniping a chair
with that.
For people.
massive news today. Unironically, a big news day, because this morning, the Activision Blizzard buy has officially happened. Xbox made a trailer today talking about it. Let's watch the trailer. You guys ready?
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow.
Man, I love this debate. It's so funny.
Okay. All right, dude. Nothing was proven in a court of law.
Okay,
someone posted a picture.
So now I'm on your bad side. It's okay. I'm on your bad side enough.
I need to get this point off, bro.
Okay, get the point off.
Somebody posted a picture, and I don't want to mess up. I don't know. I forgot who it was. It was a rapper got shot in the foot.
Okay.
You know, it was on Twitter.
Okay.
Within the last few days.
Okay.
Who was the chat? Oh, Fulia. Okay. Did you see that picture or no?
I'm not up on this story, so you got to tell me.
Okay, a rapper named Fulio got shot in the foot.
Okay.
Right? If you saw that picture, he's got a hole in his foot, bro. Where is the hole? No. Where is the hole in her foot? She's fucking running around twerking, doing all kinds of moves that if you tried to do, you would fucking dislocate shit. All right?
What a fucking retard.
Now what, bro?
Is that it?
Now what, bro? What a fucking dick rider pussy.
I really don't care.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying about that.
Okay,
That's fine.
It's fine.
That's fine.
It's fine. All right.
What a bitch. Shut up.
I mean, look. I'll say this.
Exactly. Makes this fine. I thank you. All right.
I'll say this. If only you were Tory's lawyer there in the courtroom, he would have got off scot-free. Is what would have happened. If only you were there.
I know you're trying to make a joke here, but low key.
Are you
low key?
Sure
I would.
He's saying that just to be coy. Are you sure I'm making a joke here? I might not be.
All right, now you're doing some weird mind shit. I don't.
Okay, let's talk about this album.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
I heard you talking before I got on, and look, I will say, obviously our standards for Drake differ, but I won't disagree with the general assessment that this may in fact be like a top 4 Drake record.
But okay, so you gave Nothing Was the Same the exact same rating of 5.
I suppose I did, but in the general Drake pantheon, that's a highly regarded album, and Take Care is probably taken a bit more seriously, and
which you gave that a 6, which
gave
you
that
also
a
gave Her
6.
Waltz a 6.
And hey,
So
you're playing one of my favorite songs
classic.
off of. You're playing one of my favorite tracks off of. If you're reading this before I came on too.
Yeah, no, and that's another one. So my point is this. You gave classic Drake albums. I think everyone here watching, I don't care if it's on YouTube or if it's on stream right now, anyone here watching, I don't think we can argue that Nothing Was the Same and Take Care are not some of his best albums. Every Drake fan, even if you're not a Drake fan, you at least say, you know what? Nothing Was the Same, Take Care, those are top tier Drake albums.
I'll say this. Take Care has grown on me since I originally reviewed it. The only thing I'm trying to say is, here's the thing. With Drake, in regards to me, I think my scores ebb and flow along the same kind of trajectory that a lot of people do. Just with me, you need a little bit of a handicap. You know, when it's a Fantano score and it's a Drake review, you add 3. You know, I think you're at, you know, if you're a Drake fan, just take whatever score I've done for a Drake record, you add 3.
So what you're telling me is this: you're telling me that you subtract points because it's Drake.
No, I don't subtract. No, I'm not telling you I subtract points because it's Drake. I'm telling you you should add points because it's Drake when it comes to one of my reviews, because I think I generally.
What the fuck am I hearing?
I think I don't enjoy Drake as much as a lot of Drake fans do, because there are certain things he does or he says that, you know, across all of his projects, that for me are just non-starters, are just a huge turnoff. And maybe for Drake fans, either that stuff you guys might like, or maybe you look past it, or it doesn't factor as much for you, is what I'm saying.
No, because all I heard was you say, yeah, no, dude, whatever my score is, it's really at 3. That's really
No,
what
I'm not saying it's really at 3, because this is all fucking subjective opinion.
It is.
It's not really at any score for anybody. There's no objective score of a Drake record. Okay, let's get that out of the way. There's no objective score of a Drake record. There's no objective score of any record.
Opinions,
yeah.
And then there is you just spewing utter nonsense once again, which I get it. You're literally getting paid to do it. I would do the same thing. You are making money spewing nonsense.
Wait. You're telling me I would do the same thing as if that's not what you do? Is that not what you do?
That's what I'm doing. I don't review music.
You said spewing. You didn't say reviewing music. You said spewing bullshit. Is that what you said?
Okay, dude, if you want to hold that Tory thing over my head forever, fine, bro.
No, I was saying that you spew bullshit on other topics, probably.
Okay, so probably you have no evidence. I have evidence.
I only don't have evidence because I don't watch enough of your streams. That's all. If I watched more of your streams, I would have more evidence.
Now it's went from insulting Drake to now you're insulting me.
It has nothing to do with insulting you. It's just not my content preference. That's all.
Okay, so you don't watch me, you don't listen to Drake. I want to know what you do in your free time.
I do listen to Drake. I have to listen to Drake. I review him.
No, you don't. You don't listen to Drake, bro.
I do listen to Drake.
Okay, okay,
listen. I may not Drake and drive, but I listen to Drake. Okay, I love some. If you're reading this is too late. That was my favorite Drake project. I just re-reviewed that project on my TikTok page, and I had to listen to it again. I thought it was great.
I'm glad that you brought up Drake and Drive, because guess what?
What?
For All the Dogs might be a top 2 Drake and Drive album, bro.
Okay.
I've already listened to it front and back 4 times in the car. I took it at night. I took it during the day.
And did you end up at your ex's house?
I did. We're not together, but she was my ex at some point.
Well, yeah, but the restraining order kept you from going in the house, right?
Well, that's okay. That's unnecessary, but
okay, I'm sorry.
That's no. What I'm saying is, you want to talk about? I love how it's become a big joke, this Drake and Drive thing. This is an international thing that people do. I know that you didn't hear about it, but this is
I'll admit you exposed me to it. You turned me on to that.
No, yeah, good.
Yeah. So are we going to talk about the material on this record or not? Are we going to talk about what's on the album?
Dude, I'm waiting. Yeah, I want you to start. I want you to go ahead.
Okay. Let's start with the opener, Virginia Beach. You were just playing that a few minutes ago. I'll say you already know from the review if you were paying attention, but personally, love that track. I think it's a great opener.
Yeah. I think it's a top tier Drake intro. I think I almost get like I personally, when I hear it, I get kind of a sadness vibe too. Like it's kind of like I don't know. It sounds like Drake's a little upset. It sounds like he's sad.
I didn't jog. Yo!
One thing I'll say about it is
the fucking chat.
The thing about this track is, he's not, and this is the issue that I had with Honestly Nevermind.
Jid and
It does not
Jog.
sound like he's just improvising or trying to riff his way through this track. Like there are actually catchy melodies on this song that it sounds like he worked on, and that lean into me like little refrain is solid, and it's catchy instantly. I bet you remember it. I bet if I asked you to sing that part, you'd sing it.
Oh, dude, I can sing a lot of this.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's a sign that the record's
record's
catchy. That you actually remember the melodies when you turn it off, and that you could sing them.
That's Honestly Nevermind. I remember we talked about this. Has your opinion on Honestly Nevermind changed at all?
I have not gone back to it, honestly. I've had no interest.
Oh my God.
No interest in going back to it. I have gone back to numerous tracks on her Lost though. I love Rich Flex.
Yeah, I think from what I'm gathering then is you don't like when Drake is in his feelings. You more so like Drake rapping.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that because there are numerous tracks on this thing where he's in his feelings and I love it.
Okay.
And he's in his feelings on this intro and I love it.
Okay. So what about the next song?
Amen. I love that one too. Have you looked up into Tizo Touchdown's music at all? Because Drake's been endorsing him and supporting him. Have you gone into his stuff at all?
I listened to his recent album. My favorite song on there. Anyone who's heard it, I love the song Neighborhood. I love
what the fuck.
I don't know if you've heard this.
Neighborhood's great. I've heard the whole record and I think the record's really good.
You've heard, okay.
I like that record a lot. I like Mood Swings and I love that track where it's just kind of like the sex anthem. That track's pretty funny.
Yeah. No, he's very talented. I guess he's someone was telling me about him. I guess he's kind of like underrated. Like he's been doing this for a while, but he's never really got mainstream. I don't know. But he's really talented. It sounds like.
No, for sure. And like, that track's a little short, but I like Tizo's contributions to it. I like the gospel touches and the instrumental, and I think Drake's rapping on it is solid. I wish there was a little bit more to it, but I think it's a good track. I think it's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about Calling for You. Now, I got to ask you, you actually like this track?
So if we're ignoring the middle part,
yeah. Well, I mean, you can't fucking ignore it because it's like the longest part. Is it not?
It is, but I'm gonna say this, okay?
Okay.
If any other artist, if Kendrick Lamar had this exact thing thrown into the middle of a song, you'd be sitting in front of the camera, shamelessly saying, "This was genius. This artistic style, I love this."
Like I'm gonna leapfrog. See, here's the thing. I'm gonna leapfrog what you said here. And I'm gonna say Kendrick has done even weirder fucking shit than this. Kendrick literally has a song where they're fucking arguing for 5 minutes.
I know.
So it's like that's even weirder than this. To me, this isn't weird. It's just pointless. There's not even a message or a reason for it.
Well,
so it's never mind the fact that it's like not catchy and it's a little odd or it's kind of out there or whatever. Kendrick's done weirder shit. Like it's not even that it's weird or that it's not catchy or that it's not whatever. It's not anything. It's just pointless.
No, but this is okay. I'm gonna try to give you. Think about this in this perspective for a second. Like, open your mind to this for 1 second. All right. Okay. If you really paid attention to this album, and like I said, I've listened to it 10 times front and back, right?
Right.
If you really listen to this, what Drake is talking about, and I don't know if it's one girl or a series of girls, I don't know.
Might be a couple.
But he's talking about, especially in the Bahamas thing, you ruined my Bahamas trip, this.
Right.
What
Haley.
In this. What?
Haley's the one who fucked up the Bahamas trip.
Yeah. What he's basically what I think that part is just showing like an ungrateful girl or a girl who's like, whatever, like the girl who he's describing in other songs too. Like that's her. In my opinion, like that kind of I mean, listen to what she's saying in the thing. You
Yeah,
might
no,
just
no,
be like, oh,
for
it's just
sure she's
nonsense.
conceited and she seems like a little ungrateful, you know, to sort of, you know, like, oh, we're gonna eat this again, and that, you know, it's complaining, it's annoying, but the thing is, like,
She's complaining that they're on coach. She's complaining that they had a chef. Giving them this, oh, you're mad about that.
No, it's true, but here's the thing: it's like I can't really imagine Drake around any other girl. You
Well, what
know,
does that-
like
what does that
because I feel like any other girl wouldn't be a point of inspiration for him to write about. Like if he was just in a normal relationship with somebody who wasn't like that, like, you know, and
All
I
right, let me ask you this. Do you think
I
that
feel like
Drake
this is the
has
same
not
exact kind of
tried
woman
to?
that he writes about all the time.
But my thing is, I feel like maybe that's what they turn out to be, though, bro. Like you don't like. I feel
So
like maybe he has tried to
they
settle down
start good, but then they turn into that.
Who knows, bro? You never people's true. You know, like when a girl is when you first talking to a girl, you don't see all the red flags. You
Sure.
don't see all this shit.
Sure.
I'm telling you, I think a lot of the girls he deals with end up being the same, you know, kind of girls, bro. And I don't even think it's his fault, bro. People are like, oh, why is he talking to 25-year-olds? Why is he talking? What do you want Drake to do? Go find a 40-year-old? What the fuck do you want Drake to do? He's Drake.
I mean, listen, I don't care personally if Drake is dating someone who's, as long as they're of legal age and it's consensual or whatever.
I need
But I mean, you know,
platinum. That's what I
they're-
need. I
if
need to
you're
go in
looking-
space and get some
I
fucking
guess here's the
platinum.
thing. If Drake's prime points of like complaint or unhappiness with these women who he's dating is that they complain and they're in their phones all the time and they're mature and they're immature and they're ungrateful and they're this and they're that and they don't appreciate anything. I mean, those are all kind of
think I might got
hallmarks
his
of not
shit.
really having that much experience or perspective. So I mean, you know, in that sense, yeah, maybe he should, you know,
without knowing like exactly what led to that crying girl do the crying bit or whatever. I guess I can't really say. But, like, holy shit, man. So many Palestinians are dying and are about to die. Vosh, the bridges across the river in Gaza are tiny rope bridges. Are you fucking kidding me? Wait, hold on. What is the river called? I looked up Gaza River and I'm not seeing it. What is the river called? River in Gaza. Wadi Gaza? Is that? Yeah, Wadi Gaza. Okay. So Wadi. What is a Wadi? Arabic term referring to a river valley? Don't give me the Arabic term. If it's a river valley, say river valley. Dog, are you fucking kidding me? Wait, please tell me there are more and better bridges. There's no fucking way. What? How many bridge crossings are there across the valley?
I'm gonna go into space, get some shit. Platinum,
There have to
gold,
be more.
tritium.
Google Earth /maps to check? Fuck yeah, that might actually work. Hold on. Google Maps. I hope you have detailed information on the Gaza Strip, because that's where we're going. Goodbye, Washington, my beloved. Bum ba bum ba bum ba bum bum. Okay. Where's the... This? Fuck, what? Where's the river valley? Because it's not a river, it's the valley. But so look at how dense this is. Try terrain map? Oh, hold on. We should be able to see it because there won't be any like cross streets. There'll just be a couple of crossings, right? That's Gaza. It's directly under Al Zara. Here, then it has to be here. This is the only place that makes sense because this is where there's suddenly a lack of directional crossings. Right here, see? That has to be a crossing. This has to be a crossing. This has to be a crossing. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Right here, see? This is it. Okay. That's a full road, clearly. That's a full road. That's a small road. Small road. Small road. Full road. Okay, okay, it's not just bridge crossings. Still, trying to move like 1 million people just across these small... Like, just so you guys understand how small these are, that's one car. Look, that's a car, as seen from satellite. So, this is a car of width. And like 1 million people. These are not massive bridges, by the way. People are going to get trampled. Yeah, I bet you a lot of these bridges don't have very good railings on the side either. People might get shoved off the sides if they're trying to move across really quickly. How deep is the river? It's a river valley. If you fell off of this, you don't just like plunk in the river, you fall. Here's the big one. I assume this is the main crossing. Salah al-Din, is that the name of the road? Okay. I guess a lot of people will cross here. That's going to be the main crossing then. This one. That's the main one. And then there's a bunch of smaller ones. If that bridge even exists still. Yeah, it's also possible that these bridges have been damaged. I don't know how recent the satellite map is. It's possible that a bomb has struck them, or keep in mind, it only takes like an accident with 1 or 2 cars, or just any number of incidents to just block a bridge. Like, there's a reason why you can't evacuate people this quickly. We got Street View in the Gaza Strip. Honestly, probably. Why not? Nope. Sorry, guys. No Street View down here. That's how bad it is. You can get Street View in fucking Turkmenistan, but not in the Gaza Strip.
Smoking weed in space.
A Google van down here.
Space weed.
Maybe we can take a look at this bridge specifically. Salah al-Din bridge should give us. No, this is in Iraq. Kind of tough to get. Sorry, I can't see anything here. I don't know why. Did you know the Israeli government actually requests
Must be the asteroids respawning.
in Israel and Palestine be extra blurry? Is that true? Hold on, that's what a car looks like in the Gaza Strip. Maybe. I guess maybe it looks a little bit more blurry in the Gaza Strip. It's kind of hard to tell. This does look better, I think. Go to US? Well, that's Istanbul. I mean, Istanbul definitely has top of the line satellite imagery. Harry? Okay, well, this hasn't loaded in fully because it's all pixelated and stuff. So, I guess it might one day load in fully, but yeah. These bikes? I think these are motorbikes. Whatever. Here you go, Salah al-Din Road. Oh, it's D-I-N, not D-E-E-N. The main highway of the Gaza Strip. Okay, one of the oldest roads in the world. And now it's in the current state it's in. That's cool. The armies of ancient Egypt, Alexander the Great, the first Crusaders, and Napoleon Bonaparte all traveled on it. That's so cool, dude. I love having this, like, majestic part of human history be left in an open-air concentration camp to rot. That's so cool. Now the genocide of the Palestinian people get to be added to this road's many, many historic accomplishments. Better stream. Oh, thank you guys, but that's okay. Sorry, I can't view a Jon Stewart bit. That's definitely copyright. What are we looking at it, dude?
Israel, which means telling the Gazans, do not go this way towards the security fence, do not approach the border, only go south. Again, out of a concern.
Keep in mind, again, it's not a border. It's legally not a border. They're not two separate countries. It's a fucking concentration camp wall. It's not a border. If it was, by the way, if it was a border, have you ever heard of a country shooting people for getting close to the edge of their side of the border? Like a country having the authority to gun down people who are on the other side of their border?
For safety of the non-combatants. I'll continue to read. Hamas terrorists are hiding in Gaza City inside tunnels.
Yeah, East Germany, whatever. I know that it's happened before. It's not good when it happens.
Underneath houses and inside buildings populated with innocent Gazan civilians.
Gotta find platinum.
Evacuate south for your own.
Oh, here's a population map of the Gaza. Thank you for whoever provided this. From 2000 to now, the population's like doubled. Look at all those people up in Gaza that'll have to flee across like 6 bridges in 24 hours with no water. It's like the main, the river valley is like right here-ish. Yeah, right around here. Fuck, I don't think I could do that in 24 hours with no water. You fucking kidding me? I need water to live. Is there even enough housing for them on the other side? Do you think they just have 1 million spare homes down here? No. No, not even close. There's not even space on the streets for them.
Dumb bitch. Alright, so I got some credits. I guess I can recruit some guys to my squadron now.
1 million spare homes of Allah.
Let's check this guy first.
Safety and the safety of your families, and distance yourself from Hamas terrorists who are using you as human shields. And the last paragraph, in the following days,
B class, 4 million. I need some more money. I want to buy a full fleet.
Will make extensive efforts to, to avoid harming civilians.
I'm sure.
That's the message that we issued a few hours ago to Gazan civilians, and the aim here is to minimize the damage to civilians. There are significant combat operations.
So they have about 21 hours left before the hammer of God fucking strikes them.
Ongoing.
I'm out.
We are preparing for future and the continuance of our combat operations, and out of an understanding that there are civilians here who are not our enemy, and we do not want to target them. We are asking them to evacuate so that we will be able to continue to strike military targets belonging to Hamas in the Gaza Strip.
Most hospitals and aid organizations are up north. They cannot move an entire hospital to the south. Oh, don't worry. The hospitals ran out of power, so it doesn't really matter. Powerless hospital to the north, no hospital to the south are both equally incapable of treating people.
That is the purpose.
Huh?
I think that's an important update.
What up? Where you at?
For you to be aware of. This is a
What's up?
first notice that we gave. We understand that this will take time. It's not an easy process, but we have issued this guidance, and the aim.
The George Washington Bridge linking
can't
Manhattan
show,
to New
like-
Jersey is one of the most heavily used bridges in the world, with daily traffic of between 275,000 and 300,000 vehicles. 1 million will be fine. Jesus. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good way of putting it in perspective. When people have cars,
Let's go to a different planet and try and get some platinum.
there it is. Even using cars on a modern bridge, it's still like a third of the number of people that need to go south. The Great Washington Bridge gets clogged every day. Yeah. Are you saying if Gaza had appropriate public transit, this would be less hassle? Yes. If Hamas had only built a robust underground subway network, what? The Gaza Strip is one of the most densely populated places on Earth. It could be an urbanist paradise if only they would invest in public transportation. Half joking.
But the evacuation is simply to save lives. As you may have read in the media, this was communicated to UN authorities, first and foremost to UN authorities, and the IDF is in communications and liaison with UN authorities, transferring information to them. And
Yeah, oh shit, this is why
Do I get any
right-wingers
platinum
don't
from
support
these?
a 15-minute city. Look at that, we have a 15-minute city.
No,
It's
just
called
tritium.
Gaza. And what's about to happen to them? Exactly. This is what our government would do to us in a 15-minute city as well. Keep us penned in an open-air concentration camp and invade if we misbehave.
And also listening to what the UN informs Israel about the humanitarian situation in Gaza, and as I've said many times during the last 7 days, the IDF remains fully committed to the law of international conflict.
Uh-huh.
and will
Oh, yeah,
carry
yeah,
ourselves
totally.
accordingly, in sharp contrast to the enemies around us and to Hamas, which is in total disregard of anything related to values, norms, and definitely not the law.
Yeah, Hamas kills babies in the barbaric way by beheading them, as opposed to the civilized way of killing babies with indiscriminate airstrikes and cutting off their water and power. See, if only Hamas could join the rest of the world. These barbaric Islamists just aren't capable of the sophistication and grace of the modern West. If only Hamas had killed Israelis with indiscriminate airstrikes, then everyone would be on their side. But those fools, they didn't even know.
The other things that are important for everyone to know, I think, are related to casualties. Unfortunately, the number of Israeli casualties has risen again to 1,300 Israeli civilians and soldiers, and more than 3,000 wounded. There is a massive national effort involving almost all of the security organizations and many of the ministries of the Israeli state, which is focused on taking the body.
YouTube chat just got raided by Loner Box. What's up, Loner Box? Loner Boxers? Boxers?
From the same communities that we spoke about yesterday, like, for instance, Kfar Aza, Be'eri, and Nahal Oz, and many other communities in the entire southern area, collecting.
Yeah, Sam, and it's incredibly fucked up to think about that if I was in the Gaza Strip, I would be older than between 80 and 85% of the people there. I would be in the top, like 15% of age. Yeah, I'd be a fucking village elder over there.
Alright, so
Why is
no
it so
luck
low? People
finding
don't live very long
platinum
in the Gaza
here.
Strip. Also, they had a bunch of babies, because if you're poor and you have nothing to do, you fuck.
I got an anomaly detector.
Bringing them
Oh.
to a center in Tel Aviv, identifying them, and then making sure that they're next to
Another
their
one.
loved ones
Ooh,
are able
getting
to
lucky.
take them and to provide them a final and respectable burial. That's ongoing. It is
Alright, let's get outta
tedious
here.
and long and very detailed process, taking lots of resources. We have
This is all for show, right? Yes, this is all for show. What he's doing right here is trying to establish an illusion of concern for civilian casualties. This guy, it's propaganda. This guy's job is to get people on board with their upcoming invasion and make it seem as though this is some like big protracted humanitarian effort. He's a monster. They're all monsters.
have never ever in our history been forced to deal with such a situation, and
There's a reason it's in English. That is true. There is a reason this is in English.
it is ongoing. It
Oh,
will
what do I
take
get?
place, and as we match and identify more and more of the Israeli bodies that are uncovered in the communities, we will have more information
What do I get?
about missing persons and perhaps the whereabouts of people that we are still at this stage not aware of where they are.
Oh, I got a bone already.
Clearly,
Nice.
Loved ones are looking for them, asking questions, and demanding those answers, and we are working hard at providing those answers. Other than that,
Do you think this will lead to more Israeli annexation of the Gaza Strip? Probably not. It might lead to occupation, but I don't see annexation as very likely. I think it's more likely that a massive
They
number
can't
of
bring up
Palestinians
the,
die
space
as
anomaly.
like a punishment, like they bring the whip down, and then they just sort of
It's right
let
there. Come on,
the
space
Gaza Strip
anomaly.
rot, with like accompaniment of IDF soldiers in the
Frigate,
interior to
come.
occasionally, like, I don't know,
No, I can't risk it
kill
dying.
people for throwing rocks or whatever.
the Northern Front, which we have spoken about a few times, has been relatively stable over the last hours. We are on high alert from the north, as we have been
Alright, I'm
for the last
leaving.
few days, with enhanced troops, vigilant, watching the actions of Hezbollah. And same thing could be said about the Golan Heights. So we spoke about Lebanon and the Golan Heights. As
Nice.
we begin the 7th day of this war against Hamas, I wish to emphasize what our aim is. Our aim is to take all of Hamas's military abilities and strip them away. At the end of this war, our intention is that Hamas will no longer have any ability to strike or harm or kill Israeli civilians. That is the purpose of what we're doing now inside the Gaza Strip. That is why the Israeli Air Force has been delivering significant amounts of ordnance.
Yeah. Sure. I'll check you.
Oh, what's up? Hey. What do you want me to do?
Sorry, just mushroom hunting.
Bombs on the Gaza Strip, and that is what we will continue to do as this war unfolds and as we will deal a decisive blow to Hamas for the horrible, heinous acts that they have done.
Cool. Thanks. Fuck, wait, this order apparently initially went out 5 hours ago. Okay, so that means the people of northern Gaza Strip, the people of Gaza, have 19 hours now. I doubt that it'll come down to the very hour. Like, it's not going to come down to the very second or whatever. Like, they're not going to invade the nanosecond 24 hours is up. They're probably going to give it a few days after. But saying you have 24 hours means that a lot of Palestinians are going to be fleeing for their lives as quickly as they can, and that's going to cause...
Okay, so...
that's going to cause this. How are they going to get the alert? That's a great question.
I didn't get another bone or anything. Rubble the first spawn? Rubble of the first spawn.
Yeah, 300,000 plus people have already been displaced. Is there word of movement now? Well, apparently Hamas is telling Palestinians not to move. Reposting this from earlier, it took after a decade, the Syrian refugee crisis. What we will see tomorrow will likely be the largest movement of human beings in a single day in all of human history. I don't know if it would be that big. There's probably been larger exoduses before. This is definitely some kind of record, but it would have to be in a more specific category.
So I just fly into it. Oh, no, that doesn't work. Alright, let's Google this.
About 300,000 Israeli soldiers have amassed outside the border of the Gaza Strip. Cool, cool. Israel Defense Forces International spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus. Isn't that... Yeah, that's who we just listened to. On Wednesday, did not explicitly say Israel was preparing a ground assault on Gaza, but noted the trip... Oh yeah, we're not... I don't... Whether or not we're going to prepare a ground assault is ambiguous, we say, as we line up 250,000 soldiers, tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery, and also order an evacuation. Saber rattling? Yeah, it's like Russia when they lined up on Ukraine's border. Oh, fuck, that's a really good comparison. We saw how small the Gaza Strip is. The number of IDF soldiers lined up outside the Gaza Strip is about the same amount of Russian soldiers who lined up outside of Ukraine prior to the invasion of Ukraine.
Oh, it's a Gek relic.
Up there.
Just
Ukraine
for
is a massive country,
just for looks.
And
all right,
the Gaza
all
Strip
right.
is like smaller than a
That's
city,
cute.
and they have about
Get
the
this.
same number of
You got
soldiers
platinum?
lined up outside.
What you
of it.
got?
Less Russians. The Russians had 250,000.
Oh,
Israel's
whoa,
350,000. Yeah,
whoa,
yeah, yeah. So like even all
There's a
of the
big
Russians
asteroid,
they had
hold
lined up
on.
to invade Ukraine, there are more IDF soldiers lined up
Oh,
outside
fuck off.
the Gaza Strip, which is again about the size of one like large city, smaller even.
Damn, I forgot where I got all that platinum.
Oh, maybe. Syrians flee besieged enclaves in largest single-day exodus. An estimated 42,000 civilians fled bombings. Oh, if 42,000 civilians is the largest single-day exodus, then yeah, they're about to break that record 20 times over. This is 1.1 million people. Yeah, Kara Rose, seriously. Will this be equivalent in scope as the Nakba? Larger and much
I think I got
faster.
it from attacking freighters.
How many will die if none of them are able to leave in time? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't literally predict the future.
Oh, hold on. I think I know what they look like. They're those fucking weird shaped little rocks out in space.
Get the orb, yeah.
Alright, show me that platinum. Where
I
is
just
it?
realized this might be the
Where
plan to
those
kill
little
off all the
weirdo
Palestinians
rocks?
to get them to flee in a
Over
panic
there.
before airstriking them. I don't think that's going to happen. I think what's probably going to happen
Yeah,
is that
I got
they're
a
gonna
whole
take
field
advantage
of
the
them.
fact
Hopefully
that
it is.
Not everyone's going to be able to flee.
Yeah, they
and
look
going
like
to
dicks.
Do a pogrom in Gaza. It's also very possible that a couple
Platinum?
of
No, it's gold.
accidental airstrikes with incredibly
Gold.
precise munitions that are basically like laser targets.
Platinum. There we go.
Could take out like a couple of points of key
Oh,
infrastructure.
fuck
like
yeah.
bridges,
I'm
while
gonna
they
load up
head
on some
down,
platinum.
Thereby, like massively escalating the death toll, and they would do it.
I think I could
"Oh,
just
we
keep
saw, like,
flying
a
in
Hamas
space and get 'em."
Pistol there or something. I don't know. Again, it's the IDF. They're monsters. They're demons, and they lie constantly.
Got
there's
more of
really,
'em over
it's
here.
like dealing with the Russians, honestly. Like Netanyahu is a lot like Putin, and in terms of like their attitude towards human rights, the closest comparison we have to the IDF is the Russian military. Like, there's no reason to ever like assume anything in their favor. If they can do something evil, they will. It won't be easy for the IDF. Hamas is most assuredly prepared for this. I know Hamas has like tunnels, and I know they're ready for this, but I don't think there's like at the most Hamas could do is kill like a tiny fraction of the IDF soldiers that are moving in. Occupation from the IDF might be really difficult, but like they have so many soldiers. I don't think they're going to be able to do very much at all. Would you put it past Hamas to blow the bridges themselves? No, I don't think it's in Hamas's interest to do that at all. Hamas does favor martyrdom, but I don't think they're gonna like.
I can get
"Oh,
them from
yeah,
far away. Nice.
Israel is bad. 1 billion Palestinians must die. The situation.
Nope, not really.
They're taking a different bent to this. I'd be surprised if they did that. But I guess they could. I don't know. It's probably not. They're probably not going to.
Got 108. It's got to be a faster way. Maybe I can scan for freighters. Scan for trade outpost.
Do you think Israel will let people back into northern Gaza after? I don't.
All mine. I'll do it the old school
This
way.
is going to fuck stability in the rest of the Middle East too. The real question is, what is Iran going to do? Because like this is pretty bad, man. Hezbollah is probably going to do something, but if Iran gets like really saber-rattly over it, it might lead to Israel taking like preparatory action. Israel has been looking for an excuse to strike Iran for a while anyway, because Iran has been developing nuclear capabilities, and Israel knows the second Iran has functioning nuclear weapons, they're no longer capable of bullying Iran the way they would be otherwise. I wonder if they would like look to try to like find an excuse for the preemptive strike.
Citizen mission ended in disaster. 2 citizens lost.
I don't
Fuck.
think Iran would do anything
God
direct, but
damn
they
it.
might saber rattle
Stupid
a lot.
fucking assholes. I
threatened.
trusted you.
Would Israel win against Iran? It's so tiny. I don't think Israel would win in a war with Iran if they tried to invade Iran. Is the Israeli military capable of doing operations that far away? Iran isn't that far away from Israel. But again, no country can invade Iran, like really, I don't think. Israel would have to use nukes, and they won't. So that's not even on the table. I doubt Israel would do anything, but they have been looking for an excuse to deal with Iran for a while now. Maybe I'm doomer, but if Iran secretly has nukes, no, they don't. Trust me, they don't. It takes, don't worry, they don't. Is it confirmed Israel has nukes? Yeah, we all know they have.
I should have followed that Reddit advice. Deny all expeditions.
Iran doesn't have nukes.
I was thinking about that shit when I pressed accept
they
too.
have nukes. There's no point
God
in having
damn it.
nukes. Like the whole point of having nukes is to deter countries from invading you. Like if they had nukes, they would say we have acquired nuclear weapons. So they have it, you know. They're trying to get their own nukes. They're building a uranium enrichment program, but that takes a lot of time, a lot of money. Enriching uranium is not easy. Getting uranium is easy. Uranium's everywhere. Go to Australia, you'll trip over this shit. Uranium is not like that rare. Uranium-235 is. So the enrichment process is, yeah. Iran has functional weapon designs. Well, yeah, that's the easy part, right? I mean, building a nuclear bomb, apart from the uranium part, isn't very complicated. It works the same as basically any other bomb, right? You can make a nuclear weapon, like without the nuclear part, you can make all the other parts pretty easy. It's not too complicated. The thermonuclear stuff is like more complicated, but like it's functionally it's not that hard. The hard part is the enriched uranium.
Video. In this one, we'll be showing you.
You can just put uranium in a bucket on a string and spin it very fast. Yes, you wear the thickest rubber gloves you can find. You put the uranium in a bucket and you have a guy spin it on a rope really, really quick, like this, you know? And then you like reach in, you grab the stuff that's like not towards the outside of it. You scrape off the dust at the top and you've got your uranium-235. If Israel can destroy Iraq's nuke program, they can destroy Iran's? No. Iran is much harder to invade than Iraq. You can watch like Operation Desert Storm videos if you want, but invading Iraq is basically just driving a tank across a gigantic open, like flat desert. Like if you want to defeat an Iraqi military, all you have to do is a fucking helicopter drive-by because that shit is such easy terrain. Iran, on the other hand, is like a fucking Isharian staircase of a country. Like Jesus. Incredibly difficult. Could Israel ground invade Lebanon if Hezbollah attacks? Yes. Yes. That's on the table. It's not likely, but it's on the table. In terms of like actual land grabs and invasion, Lebanon is on the table for Israel, if Hezbollah gives them like casus belli or whatever. All of YouTube's mods are off. Then YouTube chatters will have to fight for themselves. I'm sorry. All right, you guys are like the residents of Gaza. Okay, you're on your own. Also, join VGG, fucking losers. Literally every neighbor is on the table. No, that's not true. This is an article about the time Israel nearly used nukes. Yeah, I know about this. Man, I fucking hate Israel. Just crazy. Yeah, chemical weapons are on the table, not really nuclear weapons. I wouldn't worry about nukes. Syria, they already bombed them. They're not going to invade Syria. Is Israel trying to claim Syrian territory would be more trouble than it's worth. Also, keep in mind, Israel does try to maintain good relations with Russia because they're both led by evil dictators. So, taking Syrian territory would anger Assad, and Assad is an ally of Putin's. So, it's unlikely they would do that. Do you think Egypt could get involved? Nah, I don't think so. Egypt has saber rattle. They have threatened. I don't think they're going to follow through in it, though. Like, that would be pretty wild. How's the rest of the world reacting to this? A large amount of fervent anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and very little sane discussion. Syria claims Israel attacked them today. I mean, yeah, they did. Whoa, they hit Damascus and Aleppo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Syria said Israeli forces launched simultaneous missile attacks on the airports in Damascus and Aleppo. Okay. In what he said was a bid to distract the world's attention from Israel's war with Hamas militants in Gaza? Huh? The Israeli military said it does not comment on such reports. You are beneath us. Israel has for years carried out strikes against what it has described as Iran-linked targets in Syria, including against the Aleppo and Damascus airports. Huh.
I can use gold and silver to make platinum. What the fuck? For real?
I might be wrong.
Nice. Let's check that out real quick.
I know Israel doesn't have a good relationship with Syria, but my impression was that they would probably try to hold
let's go into into a galaxy system where there's platinum too. Platinum crystals.
Huh. There are videos of the attack in the airport. Guys, stop, man. I'm gonna ban everyone saying World War III. Stop. You are not getting drafted, white boy, okay? You fucking Midwestern, you Oklahoma living in motherfucker. Stop talking about World War III.
I want to go to Nanfis Av, up. How do I go up? The fuck?
Guys, I wonder if Israel might be engaging in what I would consider to be irrational foreign policy. The only reason I could see for doing that is if Iran was using it to send weapons. Well, it's pretty obvious that, like, there are Israeli officials who want to turn this into a conflict with Iran. Remember how initially there was very confident reporting that Iran had orchestrated this attack from Hamas, only
There's
for a bunch of
Nanfis
journalists
Av.
to sheepishly
Oh,
walk
this is
it
my
back,
home
even
system.
after politicians
Oh,
had
dumb.
repeated the
Glizzy
misinformation.
12A. Okay, never
You
mind.
know, like
I'm in 13A
Iran
right
is
now.
like the big regional
Really?
enemy of
Okay.
Israel in terms of like relevant aggression, the big player in the area they don't like. So given that, they want to attribute it, they want to use it as like a broader excuse, kind of like how 9/11 had nothing to do with Iraq, but somehow it got tied back to Saddam Hussein. I have a friend in Lebanon, man. Have you considered telling your friend to not live in a shithole? Fuck. I can't imagine living in Lebanon. Good luck. Jesus. God. That's low-key racist. It is not racist to say Lebanon is... Are you kidding me? You know how bad it is over there? Okay, no. Okay? When Trump said shithole countries, the link that he drew was that these were brown countries, okay? I think you can pretty objectively argue that Lebanon is not a great place to live. Nothing but prayers for the people living there. Except for Hezbollah.
Holy shit.
Unless they're doing something
A
good, you know,
ridiculous
maybe they
system.
plant a flower or a tree or something. Blessings to the Hezbollah effort to plant trees.
I don't see those special crystals. Let's go to this planet.
Pigeon. Except Mia Khalifa too. She's Lebanese. Really? Son of a bitch. Lebanese American. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
No, I don't
Mia
see
Khalifa
him.
has been very actively tweeting about the conflict supporting Palestinian people
See
as
what
well.
we get here, though.
All right, lads. I'm re-examining my priors and I'm starting to think. Okay. Maybe Lebanon isn't actually that bad. Doing extensive research on the subject. Look at those rolling hills, yeah. Lebanese. I thought she did straight porn. Sorry. Zing. Okay. Vosh, don't stand me. No, don't you politics me. I was looking at her tits. Don't you even. Jesus. God. Yeah, we were ogling, so calm down. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me check my links here. Ah, cool. The Israeli Air Force showing off all of their cool civilian killing pump.
Nah. Where you want?
Thanks, Israeli Air Force, for targeting all of these Hamas installations. I'm sure Hamas occupied this entire block. Definitely. That too. That one too. All of those apartments and all the areas around them too. Lovely to see how the consequence of us developing extremely precise, like fucking radio-guided munitions has been we just get like high-quality video footage of war crimes. Like, this technology will allow us to precisely strike targets with minimal civilian casualties. And the Israeli Air Force is like, yeah, finally, fuck, now we can precisely strike the civilians and watch the casualties.
Kitty, you just want me to sit down with you and do literally nothing. No, oh shit! What's up? Fucking invaded my gaming desk, watch out. You're bringing mad hair with you.
Do you think there will be a whole new
Bro, come
wave
on,
of
go on the
hot
chair.
IDF TikTok girls except for the genocide that's about to happen? The IDF
What's
does
up?
like unironically try to push support for Israel through e-girl power. how many times have you guys seen the like, hi, I'm a hot girl in the IDF, hee hee, look at me in my like full fucking gear and my weapon and everything, haha, here's me doing a cute dance. Like, yeah, that shit's 100% psyop. They're getting their fucking cute girls together. They're doing hot girls doing the Manosphere stuff lately. Oh, I can't wait to see like fucking quirked up, big titty, 21-year-old IDF chicks like going on the roulette of dumb fuck Western podcasts where they're like, yeah, honestly, I do think that like it's really hard being a guy these days, and women have a lot of privilege, and they have their big tits out, and they're also like, hey, you know what you should do? And they try to get people to fucking return and join the IDF. Oh God, modernity. Oh fuck, it's gonna happen, dude. I can't deal with modernity, man. I can't deal with 6 big titty IDF fucking murderesses going on Fresh and Fit and talking about how the way to like challenge woke culture is to join the IDF where men are men and women are women. Oh God, fuck. Oh wait, forgot. Fresh and Fit are anti-Semitic. That's right. Okay, we're safe. We're safe, boys. The two retard waves have clashed against each other and nullified. You know?
Oh, fuck is this asshole?
The only thing that can defeat IDF e-girl psyops is 40 IQ dumb fucks being anti-Semites. It's like morally lucky on not liking the IDF fucking agitprop or whatever. Like, you know, the right outcome for the wrong reasons. Perfectly balanced. Yeah, the only way to defeat sheer retardation is through another equal and opposite form of sheer retardation.
Fresh and Fit versus the IDF.
Entering, like, worst timeline possible stuff. I'm telling you, okay? The year is 2036. All right. Israel
ID
has like
Fresh
moved
and
their
Fit.
way through half of the Middle East. The only group willing and ready to stop them, America First and Nick Fuentes, his presidential candidacy, championing peace in the Middle East by stopping Israel and keeping like this is assuming that the future we run into is as cursed as
I'm not
possible.
going all the way.
This
I don't
feels near
fucking
inevitable.
talk to them.
Okay, this is the like shit timeline that we're all being flushed down into. Oh my fucking God. And I'm voting twice. Yeah, I'm voting for the fucking gun in my mouth in that timeline. Jesus Christ. IDF got the mobile game level industry. Oh fuck. What is this?
I could have used the goddamn portal.
Hashtag Israel fights back. Hashtag support Israel. This shit is like crack to the minds of young men. Okay? What the fuck? How the fuck are we supposed to out-argue this? Don't genocide Palestinians. Genocide is morally wrong. Then you have this. How do we... She's missing every shot. Yeah, and then she wraps her legs together at the end. It's like symboling that she's gonna like wrap her legs around you so you can't pull out. It makes sense. You're gonna miss your shot. It was supposed to be on her stomach, but she doesn't let you. That's the subliminal message. Vosh needs to out e-girl them. Mia Khalifa's doing her work. We need like a legion of fucking Palestinian e-girls or something. I don't know. It's the only way.
What the fuck?
Please click away from this. I can't handle it. Jesus Christ.
Wait, who said that?
Jesus Christ. This I can't handle it. Jeez. Please quit Indian e-girls or something. I don't know. It's the only way. Please click away from this. I can't handle it. Jesus Christ.
Where am I going? How much shit do I have? Gold, silver. Need to get more gold. Goddamn tritium hypercluster. Yeah, I have so much tritium. I barely need to try to get that.
Brigade invading Gaza.
I just need more
Posadism
gold
looking
and
pretty
silver.
tasty. Yep, Posadism looking like the only correct ideology. Not gonna lie. Posadists really flexing their philosophical chops. Really coming out with the best arguments.
Gotta go to a system where they got that shit. Let me try to go to the pirate system, Forbidden Glizz Cycler. Maybe they got it there.
You see the clip of Hassan crying? I saw people talk about it. I mean, I don't really care. It's fine. Okay, whatever. I've gotten my point across here. Hassan can cry? Hassan's super emotional, dude. Of course he can cry. Got a problem with dudes crying?
You guys have any banned shit for me to buy?
Both Ethan was crying as well. Well, Ethan's also super emotional.
I know Moon Ether was valuable. Buy it for 58. Banned weapons 265. Blood salt for 15k.
Yeah, I think I got the point across. I've already done a stream today.
I better
just
make a
felt
lot
like
of money off of that
had to
other
cover
shit.
it.
Hold on.
The genocide is beginning. The forced evacuation of Gaza is impossible and will be ruinous even before the ground invasion begins. And then the ground invasion will begin. I'll be here tomorrow, you know? But I need to eat food and sleep for then. So yeah. DM is talking about this, then let us host DM. 1 second.
What colors can you see? Look to the children if you are lost.
Now this note is interesting
Colors can you see?
for a lot of reasons. For one, it's about to be the answer to the puzzle as to how to get to Gary and the rest of the cult. But there's also a healthy amount of symbolism here. So we know that in Christianity, the Trinity is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. These three make up the Holy Trinity. The unholy Trinity, as explained here in this note, is composed of the Mother, the Daughter, and the Spirit. The Mother we can assume to be Miriam Bell. She kicked off the occult practices, she began all of the rituals, and seems to be the one who started this entire dive into turmoil. Specifically, the note says, Mother Moon watcheth her little ones behind a door of sleep. And in John's dream about the Snake Meadow Hill Church, Miriam specifically refers to him and the children as her little ones. The daughter we can assume to be Tiffany. It says that her chalice is filled as an offering to the unseen world. Well, for one, Tiffany explicitly referred to herself as the daughter of the unspeakable, and since whatever ritual she did required 490 souls, we can assume that her chalice was filled. And it even mentions the unseen world, the place that Tiffany explicitly says she goes to, and we can only go to after playing the elevator game. And then there's the mention of the spirit bird arriving from far off. Now, you may be led to believe that that means Gary, but I don't think so. Instead, I think the spirit bird is referring to Malphas. For one, Malphas's appearance is very bird-like. He seems to be some kind of demonic crow. And the idea of him arriving now and coming to roost kind of implies the ritual they were performing to bring him into this world. I think Gary is the one that's mentioned right afterwards when it says, the fallen star shall guide them. At the beginning of the game, when you boot it up and get the message, Gary loves you, over and over, we see a verse from Revelations 9, verse 1. The verse is, Then the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fallen from heaven to the earth. To him was given the key to the bottomless pit. This verse is in reference to the final trumpet sounding during the rapture, or time of Revelations, or Judgment Day, or it depends on your, interpretation of Revelations, but we're not getting into that in this video. The takeaway is that it has something to do with the end times, and specifically a fallen star who has the key to the bottomless pit. Given that this message when we boot up the game is immediately followed by Gary loves you, I believe this fallen star is Gary. As not only does Gary match this description of the fallen star, but he also seems to be leading everyone else on a path to damnation. Anyway, using the hints about the chalice and the star and what have you from the poem, we can go to the different kids' drawings around the room, look at their images of the bird, of the chalice and whatnot, and then exercise each.
And Kid Cudi's just like embracing that, and Drake is just embracing the fact that like there's so much about his sound from the start of his career to now.
Okay, hold that thought, is now the mic is like really going crazy. Just give me.
Okay.
I don't. Chat, what is this poop noise, bro? Is it me or him? Yeah, now I'm like hearing it a lot. His mic is set to webcam. Wait, I think you have to change your mic in Discord.
Me?
Because I think it sounds good on your stream, but like at the actual Discord.
In the actual Discord, it sucks. Okay, hold on a second. Built
I don't know. That's just.
Phone. Okay, what about this? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello,
Yo?
hello. Can you hear me?
Fuck, that's worse.
Okay. Input device. What the fuck? Hello, hello, hello. Is this worse? Better?
That's worse. Just go back to the original. I don't care about the. I don't
Okay.
care about the little
Hey,
stuff.
hi, hello. Sorry.
That's just muted.
This is muted now?
Okay, no, you're good.
Okay.
What's a. Wait, hold on. Can you look at my stream and like just look at it real quick?
Okay, look at your stream.
Yeah.
Do you want to play the audio from it?
Yeah. Just listen to what I'm hearing.
audio from it?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
listen to what.
That's weird. Yeah, it's like the built-in microphone from my computer over here. I don't know what the fuck is going on with it.
Yeah, like whatever you're doing there just made it like crazy, sound crazy. So I think that's what it is.
Okay. Hello, hello. Oh, is this better? Hello, hello.
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay, you're good. You're good. You're
Sorry
good. You're
about
good.
that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I just like moved some shit around. Sorry about that.
Okay, you're good.
Okay, cool.
Little intermission, like calling for you, but it's fine.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, yeah. So you were talking about the Cardi shit. Okay.
No, I think, you know, I think it's in a lot of ways this goes back to the Joe Budden thing that we've been kind of talking about, or not talking about, but like the internet has been talking about, which I don't know if you've sort of followed that very closely.
I mean, I heard it.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not really surprised about the idea of Drake collaborating with younger artists and embracing younger sounds, because the thing is, like, what the fuck else is he supposed to do? Like, you know, the options are like, is he supposed to just stagnate forever and not try anything new ever? Number one, obviously that's a dumb idea and that shouldn't happen. And the thing is, like, the idea of embracing older artists or his contemporaries doesn't really make sense either, because like a lot of the dudes who are around his age or older when he was coming up fucking hated him and gave him shit and hated everything that he did and everything that he tried and thought he represented, like, you know, the death of hip hop and blah 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 blah. So it's like, why the fuck would he turn around and collaborate with Joe Budden or any dude that kind of brings that sort of vibe or brings that sort of sound? Not only is that not the kind of thing I think his audience is looking for, but like that section of hip hop long ago completely rejected him and did everything that it could to prevent him from moving forward and advancing. So it's
and also 95% of those people are not relevant today.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah. No.
so
He outlasted them. You know. So it's like, you know, even though maybe to some guy like Joe Budden it looks weird for him to be collaborating with Yeet. You know, which again we'll talk about in a few minutes. But like, to me that makes total sense. He's just trying to stay on top of what's new.
I'm glad that you're not shitting on that, because I was gonna have a real problem, because I know that you've said you want to see Drake try to expand, do other stuff. So I'm glad that you don't have a problem with that. But I feel like when you rate an album so low, it like it's almost like you are saying something like that
Well, we haven't gotten to my least favorite parts of the record yet. So let's, I will say this: this Drake album is especially front-loaded for me personally. Like, I think all my favorite moments really kind of come up in the first half. There are a couple tracks in the second half I like, but I think a lot of my favorite moments really all kind of crop up in the first half. So maybe it sounds like I'm being super positive off the bat here, but we'll get into the things I don't like sooner than later.
Okay.
But look, I think it's cool that Drake, sometimes he tries out a new sound and he doesn't hit with it. Sometimes he tries out a new sound and he does. I think in this case he, for the most part he did. Before we sort of like top off the talk on that, because obviously there's also I Don't Give a Fuck, so we're going to be coming back to this in a second, but he decided to kind of sequence this album in such a way where he kind of gave you these two tracks with a similar vibe. Then he gets the First Person Shooter, which I'm guessing you loved that track, right?
I do. I like it. I like it a lot. It's not my favorite track though. I know a lot of people are saying this is the best song. To me, it's not the best song of the album, but I do like it, and I think it's like a cool, J. Cole and Drake having a song together. If you've been following them since they started their careers, I think they have like one song that was like 10 plus years ago.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see them both make a song together. It's cool. I like it.
Did you like they were, on this track, I feel like Drake was actually doing what a lot of people sort of like are constantly up his ass to do. It's like, you gotta rap, bro. You gotta start rapping, man. And I feel like he gave us that with this track.
Yeah.
And
you like the track?
Yeah, no, I like the track. I think the track is great. I thought he had good chemistry with Cole. I thought Cole's lyrics kind of felt like a victory lap, considering how far they've both come since, like you were saying, since the last.
I do
time
have
they did a
gold
song
nuggets.
together. I thought a lot of Drake's bars were very braggadocious, but funny too. I thought Drake was funny on the track, in a good way. And and I think they picked a great beat for it too. I just thought it had big energy, big dick energy, and it went well.
Yeah, I don't understand, and we're talking about the Joe Budden shit again. I don't understand the criticism on that too. He almost was like, don't let J. Cole in your song, because he's like, I don't know if you heard that part, but he said like, he shouldn't have done that because J. Cole, I don't know. I don't understand why Joe Budden is like hating on everything, but whatever, dude.
Yeah, I don't take the, and you know I'm fairly critical of Drake, obviously, but like I don't take Joe Budden's opinion on it too seriously, because I feel like his whole basis for it kind of started off with like a lie, and that lie being that like, man, there was a time when Drake was rapping for the rappers, which like never happened. There was never a point in Drake's career where he was like desperate for the validation of like Joe Budden to the point where he was like changing the way his music sounded. There were definitely pockets of his career where he was not happy with the fact that like, this sector of hip hop was giving him so much shit, but never at any point was he like, well, I'm going to change up my whole sound just to make these guys like my music. He never did that. And there was never a point where like all these dudes like Joe Budden were like huge fans of him and we're like, yeah, this guy's amazing, this guy's awesome. Oh no, what happened? He used to be so lyrical. Oh no, it's like, so he's kind of starting off his whole critique with like a description of a point in history that never occurred.
Some people don't know that this dude Joe Budden dissed Drake. Like he made diss tracks.
Yeah, him and Drake have had tension for years. So for him to sort of like start this story and act like, yeah, there was a time when I really loved his music or loved this or loved that, doesn't quite make sense either.
Exactly, bro. Like, yeah, exactly.
Hey, listen, I'll be consistent. Listen, I'm gonna tell you when I hated and not hated on Drake in the past, okay? And then you can go back and check the review and see that it's accurate. All right, so.
Dude.
At least
at least I'm consistent.
At least I'm consistent. I remember the past with accuracy.
Dude, oh my god, what? Just, you know what, bro? Why couldn't you just rate the Drake?
All right.
Classics.
Stop getting so fucking horned up over the
classics,
number.
bro.
Listen,
I don't
here's
get it.
here's the question I want to ask you. I remember the last time we talked, or maybe it was like the time before that. You were very kind of meh and not impressed with Yeet as an artist. And I remember your chat was like really getting up your ass about listening to Yeet. You gotta listen to Yeet. You gotta try out Yeet. And da 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 da. I remember you were very like, you didn't care. You weren't that interested. But now Drake is collaborating with him, and he sees something in him on some level. What did you think of this I Don't Give a Fuck track?
Well, first of all, I gotta stop you right there, because I still bump Rich Minions in a car, all right? I still bump it.
Listen, there are Yeet tracks I don't like. There are Yeet tracks I do like. I think Rich Minions is fun. Listen, I'm just saying, in our conversation, and I'm not saying there's never been a Yeet track you didn't like, but I'm saying there seemed to be a bit of a disconnect between you not being as hyped up on Yeet as like a lot of people in your audience were that were bugging you to listen to him.
Listen. I like Yeet, but I'm not really like, his style of music is not really what I listen to. But there are a couple songs that I like from him. I don't know how to describe him. Like, he's kind of an art. Like, how would you, who would you like equate to a Yeet? Like, what's another artist like that, where it's like they have like a very distinguished sound, but it's like, I don't know.
I mean, look, either way. And this doesn't need to be a Yeet discussion. I just want to know how you feel about him on the Drake record, and how do you feel like Drake worked with him and
Magnetic
sort of,
Resonator,
played into
Two
his
Solar
usual
Mirror,
vibe and sound? Because
Counterfeit
obviously,
Credits.
as far as like the flow of the track, the beat that's on the track, this is very much a Yeet kind of track. And Drake is basically saying like, hey, bring your sound to my album, and I'm gonna hop on it. Like, how do you think it came together?
Yeah, I think it was good, because I saw people saying, oh, it's a Drake feature, right? Like, because it's a Yeet song. I'm like, dude, it's better that Drake hops on a Yeet type of song than trying to bring Yeet onto a Drake type of song or something.
No, for sure, yeah.
Because that's not where he thrives. We know that Drake can do very well on a bunch of different sounds and different kinds of songs. So that's like, when you got someone like that, like Yeet, yeah, you want to have like a Yeet type of song on your shit, not throw Yeet in, and that's what I was gonna
shit!
say
I can make gold into pyrite.
Skipping ahead, but
holy shit!
Feature,
what can I make platinum into?
I would have liked to see a different. I think his shit was like really short.
Nanite cluster.
And kind of like, I don't know, but
35 to 1, not really worth it, but interesting.
Okay, but like,
I can make pyrite with gold.
There in terms of like how the song, should it be more of a Drake track with Yeet on it? Should it be more of a Yeet track with Drake on it? Like, do you think they collaborated well? Did you like what Drake contributed to the track? Do you like the song and the album? Does it add to the record?
I like the song. I like the song now. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, what is this? After 10 times, I like it.
But like, also, I mean, I don't hate the track. It's not my favorite either. I'm just kind of on the fence with it. But there are some things about it that like really strike me as odd. Like what did you think about that whole fucking intro with like kind of the new age synths and the lady singing and then the trumpet bit, and then it kind of busts randomly into the fucking beat? Like, how did you take that?
Like, I like that kind of music, so like I like that intro.
But it's a very weird transition.
Cargo scan
like,
deflector. Let's go.
It almost made me be like, damn, I would have liked to see what would Drake have sounded like if this song continued.
Right. No, like me too, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's where it was kind of like weird, but like besides that, it's just. But again, I don't listen to every Yeet song or something like that. I don't know. Is it like random and then it cut to? I have no idea.
No. Yeet songs do not usually have that kind of intro. They don't.
Okay, so this was just okay. So this
that was well. I mean, I know you already noticed, but like there's a lot of tracks on this record where There's like an intro that sounds nothing like anything else that happens after, or there's an outro that sounds like nothing else that happened before. And this is just kind of another
3
one of those
wiring
examples.
loom for that. 1 hypercore.
But in this one, I don't mind. I
Okay.
don't mind this little break as much. Like I don't care for the calling for you break. This break I don't care about. This is cool to me.
I won't install it unless I need it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think, I guess for me, like, you know, I wasn't as crazy about Yeet on the track. I thought Yeet's contribution to the track was okay. I liked, you know, I thought Drake was fine too. I thought in a way almost like Drake had to kind of like dumb himself down a little bit to make himself make sense on a Yeet song. You know, he was almost like rapping under his capabilities just to be like, you know, if I do too much on this, it's not gonna make sense, or maybe it won't, like, you know, complement the type of vibe. And you know, again, I'll say, like, I feel like in a way Fear of Heights and Daylight kind of already scratched this itch for me. So Drake to come back again after First Person Shooter and do some semblance of it again didn't necessarily like make the record better, in my opinion.
And I gotta say this too, and this is something else that pissed me off when I saw it. I don't know if you go on TikTok a lot, but for some fucking reason, there's like a high quality like animation of Yeet and Drake. Have you seen this or no?
Making out?
No, it's a high quality
Yeet
animation.
and Drake, like in the studio, like it's Yeet's on the mic and Drake's behind him.
Okay.
And then it's the part where Drake kind of comes in a little early on the song where he's like, "Money for fun," right? But they made the dude. Look this up. Look this up. They made the animation look so just like fruity for no reason.
Okay. All right. So they made Drake look a little fruity there. Is that the issue?
Oh, it's Drake. Let's make fun of Drake. This is what I mean, bro. This is why Joe Budden. This is why he's not gonna do like what you were saying, bro. He's not gonna fuck with these people who've been fucking roasting him and saying crazy shit.
No, it's I get it. I get it. I mean, you know, in a way that's sort of like, you know, that goes back to like all the Rich Flex like stuff.
Okay, bro. But if Kendrick did it, it'd be fine. If that was Kendrick,
listen. I'm not making fun of it personally. You know, I like that track, and that I didn't see that as fruity, and that in solidarity with us both not seeing it that way, I tried to get you to repeat the lyrics of that song to me, and we would repeat them together in a fun way, and you pretended like your mic was crapping out and you left.
If it was Baby Keem, can you do something for me? You would like it, bro.
I like Rich Flex. I do like it. I like it.
Right. No, it's fine. I'll believe you. I'll believe you, bro. I'll believe you.
I said that last time when we talked.
Money for fun. All right, I believe you, bro. I believe you.
Hey, Los, can you do something for me?
Yeah, I'll fucking walk out of the room, bro.
Why won't you say it? It's not fruity. It's fun.
All right, come on.
Come on, what?
Let's move on with the. There's a lot of songs we gotta get to here. Bro.
All right, okay.
Come on, who? Come where?
All right, 7969
On your back?
Santa. I liked this one too. To me, this track felt like it was almost like a dream sequence in the middle of the album, and I felt like I was in Drake's mind, in like a weird spacey purgatory kind of place with Chief Keef samples playing in the background. I mean, it was a vibe. It was a vibe.
I liked it. I really liked it. I think to me that's top 3 in the album for me. Just because I like those kind of songs.
Really? Top 3
I
on the
didn't
album?
collect my
I really
shit.
like that one.
I find it interesting that you, again, that's top 3 for you.
I want to make more phosphorus.
Would you say 3 or 2?
More phosphorus tanks.
I would say it's 3 or 2.
Okay.
And I'll tell you my other ones as we get through this.
Okay. Is there? I wanna know. Is there a certain bar or anything else about this track that stands out? I mean, I described the things about it that kind of stand out to me. Is there anything or a bar or anything about it that makes it a favorite for you since it's ranking so high? Anything that Drake says or does on it?
What the fuck, Ship?
The Tizo part at the end is amazing. Yeah, that's true.
I like that. I like when an
Get the
album
fuck
feels like
outta
it's doing
here. What are you
callbacks to
doing?
shit and like, you know what I mean? Like, this is about the dog. I like all the dog sounds.
You like the dog
randomly.
sounds. Did you like the
Dog
bark radio parts? The bark
Yeah,
radio
yeah.
parts?
I like when an album is on theme. Like it's a fun listen. So yeah, I like that part. I like that's why I like 7969. If it didn't have that part, I might not feel the same way. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Did you like Slime You Out too when you first heard it?
So I like Slime You Out. I think that if we heard it within the flow of the album, I think it would have been better. Because it went number one. A lot of people do like the song, but I feel like now though it's been a couple weeks. When you're listening to the album, you kind of skip it just because you're like, I want to hear everything else. But I think eventually I'll get back to like that'll be a song I let play through. But yeah, I do like the song, but it's long in the middle of the album when you've already heard it.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I let it play through every time I've listened to the record, outside of when I did it on stream because we already heard it. Mostly because like I think it's a highlight, and I just enjoy it musically. I enjoy it in some of the other moments here. So
I didn't
I'd
even
rather just
connect
listen
this
to
one.
that. I'd rather just play it through. I think SZA's contribution is great. I like the narrative tension between Drake and SZA. I think that it's great that she comes in on the track and he brings her in and she provides counterpoint to what he's saying.
I think what I mean when I say that is that I think I just wish that I didn't hear it until the album.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm saying.
Okay, and look, to an earlier point that we were talking about, and to sort of talk about the general themes of the record a little bit, I think as far as like
8,000, that's
exploring,
good.
Fighting, arguing, relationship drama, not getting along for X or Y or Z reason, wherever these things come from. This is a way more interesting way of exploring that and bringing it onto the record than like, let's throw in a however many minute audio piece of this girl fucking talking about oxtail. You know what I mean? Like
So you're saying a girl's perspective and a guy's perspective on the same subject in a song. That's what you mean by instead of just having a random clip.
And look, it's not the only way to bring in this kind of theme, but I think it's a more interesting way of exploring it, and it's a way to explore it while also keeping it musical.
I'm gonna flatten this shit
as well. So that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, let's
try to be nice.
Bahamas Promises, which you referenced earlier.
Yes.
Is this a highlight for you?
Dude, this is number one for me right now.
Number one?
That and 8 a.m. are tied. Dude, I fucking love Bahama Promises. I love it, bro.
You would love Bahamas Promises.
Dude, what does that mean? Dude, no, because you're looking at it. I was trying to tell the chat earlier. You're looking at it like, oh, why is Drake complaining? You ruined my Bahamas. That's not what he's saying, bro. Think about if you finally get to go on a vacation, you're going on a trip, you want to relax, you're away from work, whatever. Now you got a girl who's annoying, ruining your vibe, ruining the trip. This is a real thing that happens, bro. And it happened to him, and it's a relatable thing. But you're looking at like, oh my God, Drake's whining about his Bahamas trip.
Yeah,
dude.
Because he is.
He's not whining. He's like, dude, fuck you. You ruined my Bahamas trip. Fuck you.
Fuck you, dude.
Why is that so hard to comprehend? Like,
it's not even hard to conceive. It's just funny. It's just funny because it's like, how am I supposed to say? How am I or anybody supposed to say and feel bad for Drake's Bahamas trip getting ruined? You're fucking Drake. You can go to the Bahamas year round. You can go to the Bahamas anytime you want. If some bitch is ruining your Bahamas trip, you could pack her in a fucking UPS box and send her back home and stay another week in the Bahamas.
This is what I mean. This is where it's people look and go, oh, dude. Oh, you're rich, you're this, you're that, oh, boo-hoo, right? That's like a thing that you're basically doing to Drake when, dude, at the end of the day, he referenced it in the fucking song with J. Cole. He's just a guy in the studio. This is a regular human. He's trying to enjoy his time in the Bahamas. And what happens? You got some annoying girl ruining
who he brought there.
He did, but she broke her pinky promises with him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing though. Like, chances are this was not the first time this girl was annoying. on the Bahamas trip. If somebody to me is annoying before a Bahamas trip, they're most likely going to be annoying on the Bahamas trip. I mean, and listen, if you've been on trips, you know that, like, you know, that shit tends to create tension with certain people. You know?
No, and I get that. And if you listen, you talked about your dating history and whatnot, right? Dude, you know, you don't plan for a fight. You don't plan for something to go wrong. You don't plan. Yeah, oh, you could have hatched in the past, but maybe it's going better now. All of a sudden, this shit could go fucking south. And then that is what I'm telling you. The shit, and on a vacation is the worst possible place where this could happen, bro, because there's no escaping. You can't pack someone up, send them out of the Bahamas. You're there with her, bro. You gotta work through that shit, just like anyone else.
You know,
So,
I don't think he has to. He can get her another hotel room. He can get another hotel room. He's Drake. You don't got to deal with anybody that you don't want to. And also like he's not married to her.
So you're dating someone for 6 months. You can pack them up. Yeah, fuck you. Go in another room.
If somebody with me, if somebody is so annoying that they would do that they would ruin my Bahamas trip, I wouldn't date them for 6 months.
But you don't know that until the Bahamas trip thing happens.
No, you do if they're super annoying before the Bahamas trip.
I mean, I guess, but it could be, you know, something goes wrong, and then now you see the true colors. But you never know.
Look, if someone was like, listen, if somebody was really fucking up my Bahamas trip, here's me. If someone's really fucking up my Bahamas trip, I'd say fuck you, go back to the hotel room, or, you know, listen, I'm gonna distance myself from you, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my Bahamas trip by myself.
Okay, what if you went wanting to enjoy it with the person you're with?
I mean, that's unfortunate that, you know, that's something that I wanted, but like plans change if people like turn out to be toxic.
Yeah, you're so, dude, this is not real emotion. That's not human emotion. Dude, you'd be disappointed. You'd be disappointed.
There are other women in the Bahamas.
Are you, dude? Get the fuck. Yeah, you're gonna go pick up women in the Bahamas. You'd be fucking upset, bro. You'd be upset.
Listen, it depends on how much emotional investment I had in the person before I brought them to Bahamas. Which personally, there would have to be a lot. Like,
yeah, but
you know,
that's for you.
I'm not
and
like,
for us,
like
not for Drake.
I'm not
Drake
even
would be
I'm not
yeah,
even sure
let's
like
go.
you say 6 months. I'm not even sure if I would bring someone to the Bahamas after 6 months. It would have to be quite a while.
No, and that's true. But we're talking about Drake.
We are.
Yeah. He has
We are, and that's the thing, because he has, listen, a Bahamas trip is not a mortgage payment for him. So he can just like, if he's dating someone after 2 months, he'd be like, fuck it, let's go to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Before I know you're stupid and annoying. And then I bring you on my Bahamas trip and then you ruin it.
Yeah.
So I think in that instance, he only has himself to blame.
So that's your, okay. So your problem with the track is that Drake has no one else to blame but himself. Don't ignore the music. Ignore the melody.
It's an annoying, complaining ass song. And listen. Here's the thing. My other gripe with the track is that it's one of these, like, you know, R. Kelly style rant R&B, you know, type songs where it's like there's not even a tune to it. He's just like kind of singing his way randomly through a story, and it's not even a good story. It's about some bitch that you shouldn't have been dating ruin your Bahamas trip. Who cares? Who fucking cares? Haley, you ruined my Bahamas trip. And that's the other first mistake that he made there. You should have never brought Haley to the Bahamas. Okay, because the thing is, there's already 50 other guys making 6 figures plus a year bringing a Haley down the Bahamas. Like, don't do it. It's just a bad move.
What if he loved her, bro?
Okay, let's talk about the next track.
See, now it's out of the realm of possibilities that Drake could love. All right, let's go, bro.
All right, tried our best. I love this one. This one's great.
Yes.
This is a top 3 track for me.
Yes. Why do you like it?
I think it's just got a great tune. I think he's actually, again, he's caring
She
about
put
the
the
vocal
no
melody.
in
It's a great vocal
monogamy.
performance. It's a good song structure. And you know, again, it's actually a compelling story about, you know, trying your
Well,
best.
dumb,
in a
I didn't convert them.
relationship, And obviously, you know, despite your best efforts, things kind of go to shit anyway. And you know, again, I think it's just a straightforward story. It's good storytelling, and you know, it's a great tune all around. You know, Drake is in his R&B bag, like I said in the review on this track.
And I think if I had not, because I got the leak of this song like months ago, and it was actually this exact song. Like, he didn't really, I don't think he changed anything. And when I first got it, I was playing that every day. Like, so this is another one. If this was the first time I was hearing this, I would be like even more fucking excited. And it's still a great song. Like, I'm glad that now I can have this on my Spotify, Apple Music and shit, and not have to play it off, you know, a random, you know, downloads app that I have. So I really, yeah, I might have to redo my top 3. This is actually a great song.
Yeah, no, if this song is not in your top 3, it should be.
Facts.
I think it's one of Drake's best songs, or at the very least one of his best songs that has more of like an R&B angle to it.
I heard you say that this is a top 10 Drake song.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, no, I think it's a great track. And again, I don't mind Drake getting emotional. This track is great.
Okay.
The Screw the World interlude is cool. I thought that was a great beat, a good tribute as well. You know, he often sometimes will throw a little interlude in the midst of a record this long, and that one's cool. Drew Picasso, you know, felt a little bit to me like a Bahamas Promises moment. Again, it's like, you know, an R&B rant kind of cut, and I just, you know, I think it's okay. You know, and look, Bahamas Promises, I don't hate it. You know, I just think it's a little funny, unintentionally. And, you know,
I forgot to
drags
put
on
the
a little.
second
Drew Picasso also kind of drags on for me a little bit. I wish it was a little bit more
sodium pot
straightforward
up.
as a tune. But I don't have super
Phosphorus.
strong feelings for or
The
against
silo,
it.
not
Do
the
you have
fucking
strong
pot.
feelings for or
Like I'm
against
growing a
it?
plant.
Drew Picasso's top 3 on the album, bro.
Okay, so what is your top 3 looking like right now? Is it Tried Our Best, Bahamas Promises, Drew Picasso?
You know what? It changes every minute because there's so many great songs in this album, bro.
Boy, but 8 a.m. in Charlotte's in the top 3 though.
8 a.m. in Charlotte is, and we'll get to even another 1 or 2 that are also in my top 3.
Okay,
But
wait. Do we know how? Do we have a conception of the number 3? You can't have 6 songs in your top 3.
I got about 9 songs in my top 3 right now.
Then it's a top 9.
Why is
You can
why
have
is that
9.
funny?
You're fucking telling me earlier about what I can and can't do in terms of like a Drake opinion or Drake review. You have fucking 9 songs in your top 3.
9250.
Meaning
That's good
that,
enough.
Yeah, I have 9 that are top 3 potential. Yeah. I don't know why that's insane. I mean,
I'm sorry. That's funny. That's just funny. Like, okay. Why don't you listen? Why don't you expand it to a top 5 and actually think about what's really in there?
no, by the end of this, I'll have an actual top 5. But when we get to the end of the track list, I'll
Okay.
have a
By
5.
the end of this, we'll
I'll
really
have
have a top 5 of your top 5 favorite songs.
Yeah, I will. I will have the top 5.
Okay. I'll try to think of that too. Okay. All right. So Drew Picasso's top 3 for you. Why?
Dude, I just like when Drake does this type of song.
You just like when he's like just rambling on. You just like a Drake ramble.
It's not a ramble. There's like little. Hold on. I gotta play the part that I like. Hold on.
Okay, you're gonna play. Is it a certain melody or a certain lyric? Too many reasons why. Is that it?
Come on, bro.
When he's
dude.
hitting that, you're just like, yeah, that's my
dude.
shit. That's the sauce. Is
Listen,
that
man,
it?
Kendrick's not doing that. All right. Kendrick can rap. Drake can rap. Drake
Okay.
can sing.
And
Anyway.
so again, is it a certain mood about it? Is it a melody he's singing? Is it just the content of the song? Like, why is it top 3?
For me, it's everything on that one. For me, it's everything. The content, what he sang, and then also the melodies. Like, it's like the perfect combination, and that's why. And I have that with with Bahamas Promises. Like, it's that kind of vibe for me.
Yeah, I mean, both those songs kind of bring almost like, almost like again, I'm kind of like going on about a narrative like R. Kelly. I don't have like a super strong song structure in mind. It's more about the story. It's more about just the vibe I'm bringing. And I get it. And I know where it comes from, and I know what he's doing with it. Am I as on the edge of my seat with it personally when I hear Drake do it? Not necessarily. And I feel like, again, I don't hate the song. I'm not in love with it either. I think it's fine.
Does that have to do with what Drake is talking about? Like, if it was a different subject, you would?
On this particular song, no. I wouldn't say it has anything to do with the content on this one. I just am not, sometimes when I feel like the song isn't, and this isn't always the case for every artist, but I feel like sometimes with Drake, when I feel like the song isn't necessarily progressing to any point in sort of like a clear or concise way, I just like, I'm just like, ugh. Can we go somewhere? What, like, are we driving the speed limit? What's the destination here? Da 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 da. Whereas, like, I feel like that sort of thing with him, you just soak that in. You're like, let's just hang here. I'm fine with hanging here. This is my vibe. This is my place.
I got a question.
What?
This is a random question.
Okay, yeah, shoot.
What do you think about the song Fold and Close?
I'm not crazy about that one.
So, this is a little point I want to make, and I'm not even saying that you
Holy
making this point, but
shit.
a lot of people who have been
I didn't mean to
hating
fly
on this
back in.
album, the Joe Buddens and the trolls online, whatever.
Are they bringing that track up?
Not bringing that track up, but when people have tried to talk about the more life, day-to-day shit in life, and the my wife and kids and the Fold and Close and your favorite artist, Chance the Rapper, right?
I don't like Chance the Rapper. What the fuck are you talking about?
I know how much you like the Big Day album, and I'm saying,
I love that record. Yeah, it's one of my favorites of all time. Yeah.
Who are saying that, they're like, oh, dude, we want to hear. Dude, you don't want to hear that because people have done this, and you shit on it, bro. You literally shit on people really talking about real life shit like that. When it has to do with
well, listen, again, I think you're projecting onto me. I don't hate
Paraffinium.
That the song is about average everyday stuff. I don't hate that the song is about regular day shit.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm not saying you. This was a point I was just making in general.
Okay.
Okay, so
no,
next.
Listen, I think there's ways of going about that content. There's ways of not, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's a big point of debate here.
I know I was making a joke about Chance the Rapper shit.
Yeah.
And the Big Day, whatever.
All right, this is
if you
not the
listen to that album.
Platinum Clusters.
Right now, dude, tomorrow, do this.
Okay.
Please do this tomorrow. Go listen
Where's
to
the
that album from the
Paraffinium
start.
Planet?
Don't listen to Hot Shower.
Okay.
Listen to the album. Guarantee you'll like the album, bro. I actually guarantee you'll like the album.
Okay.
That song, and it's a very rare
Copper,
occurrence.
gold, and
but
silver.
One song could actually ruin an entire album, bro. And that was a very rare occurrence that did.
Interesting.
I'm telling you right now. Anyone in here, same
Very
shit.
interesting.
Go listen to that, bro. You might think, oh, dude, it's so ass. Go actually listen, bro. For real. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. I'll keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Members only. Did you love Members Only?
I love when Drake and Party Next Door do a song. I love this song, but my worst line ever for Drake is in this song, so it automatically gets a little.
I gotta hear this. What is Drake's worst line?
The
Is it
fuck
worst
is
line
this?
ever, or just worst line on this record?
Worst line I've ever heard him say.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
What is it? Is it the "Buy" one?
Yes.
Now why do you not like that line?
The song, you're singing along to the song. It's a catchy song. Then all of a sudden it gets to you. Dude, I can't.
That's right. I
sing
got it
out
on
loud.
auto
I feel
scan.
It's. Do you know what I mean? And I have no problem with anyone. Dude, this is not about people being gay or anything. I have no problem with them, at all. I'm just saying that line just didn't make sense. Like it just. I don't know why he said it. I don't know if you really.
Well, what do you mean you don't know why he said it? I mean, the point of the song is pretty clear.
Yeah.
You don't know why he says that line in the song?
Even though I get it, I think that should have just never been said.
Okay.
But dude, that is the only line I think you in the review talking about fucking 10 other lines that were all fire, bro. This shit with the Shakespeare, just stop, dude. If Kendrick said that, you would be literally fucking shitting your pants, bro.
Kendrick does not say that. Like that's too simple and silly of a fucking bar. But listen, I feel like that that line is on the level.
Can I
is on the
summon
level
my-
of like, you know, girl, you're a lesbian, me too.
No, because that's actually like a funny thing.
All right.
So in the car, you'll rap that you'll sing along that you're a lesbian, but you won't sing along that you're bi.
Dude, because that's like, yeah, it's fun. Like, the bi thing is just, there's no joke there. You're just
What do
literally.
you
like,
mean? There's
bi.
obviously a joke there.
Yeah, no, but it's not like. I don't know how to explain
He's
it.
not seriously saying he's bi.
He's not saying. I know he's not saying he's bi, but he put in one of the most catchy parts of the song. Like, if you're singing along, you're gonna accidentally be like, "I think I'm bi." Like, that's my issue with the song. That's my only issue with the song.
Are you just saying that you're? Never mind.
What, dude? What?
I'm just saying. Are you just like? Are you just afraid that of what it's gonna mean if you are you afraid that it's gonna manifest and you're actually gonna feel bi because you say the line?
Dude, see this? Okay, bro, nice, man, nice. I don't know how you just turned into that, but okay,
Well,
cool,
it
bro.
just feels like it's coming from a bit of a like an insecure place. That's all I'm saying.
What are you, dude? If a guy said they're a lesbian, there's no way to misconstrue that. That's obviously impossible to be.
But wait, but misconstrue it how? You're in the fucking car by yourself. Nobody's there like popping up out of the backseat being like, "Hey, I heard you say you're bi." Like, no, I was singing along with the song.
I was by myself in the car, so you're wrong. Okay.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is like, how is it going to get misconstrued with who? Nobody else is there. You're just singing it in the car.
I'm not saying it's gonna get misconstrued. Like, someone's gonna hear me saying, "Oh my God, dude, you're bi now." That's not what I'm saying. Dude.
Okay, what are you
I'm just
saying?
saying that it's just not a thing I want to sing along to, bro. I can have that opinion.
I mean, again, it's like I just don't get it. There's like Brockhampton.
There's a couple songs that what's the dude? Fuck. The dude who twerks on the devil.
Yeah, Lil Nas X.
Yeah, like there's a couple songs I like some of his songs, but then there's some like I'm not gonna sing along.
I mean,
same with Frank Ocean.
Like, why? What does it matter? Like, listen. There's other queer artists and rap artists out there. Like,
Yields Gold.
Brockhampton songs where
Oh, let's fucking go.
Sucking dick.
Oh shit.
Like straight dudes do. It's not a big deal.
What, dude? Wait.
All right, let's set up a base. We got our silver and gold farm in the Forbidden Glizz cycle. This is perfect.
Songs that like have sus lines in it that people are not gonna like.
All right, so let's flatten some
wanna
land.
just be fucking, yelling out loud, bro.
No. What I'm saying. Well, first off, there's nothing sus about a guy sucking dick. That's just something some guys do, and that's fine. Number one.
Wait.
And number
You said
two.
it's not sus to suck a dick.
Well, sus means suspect. What is suspect about sucking a dick? That's just something somebody might want to do.
Okay, so that's full. Okay. Now we're getting into a conversation that's like crossing like a lot of lines. I feel there's people getting uncomfortable in the chat.
Well, listen, there's nobody uncomfortable in my chat. Everybody's kind of chill. There's some dick suckers in my chat for sure.
Right now. Okay, I'm gonna read a couple of your comments in the chat. Heath Ledger with some dreads? What the fuck is that comment?
That's a Brockhampton lyric.
This guy is a clown and closeted clearly. So now you got your fans saying shit like that. This is what I mean, bro. This is literally like, this is why I said I don't want to sing this fucking song, bro.
So someone in chat just said that Los might be a lesbian.
Listen, bro. At the end of the day, all I was trying to say with that is just, yeah, there are certain, like, would you Okay, are you singing along to saying that you're sucking cocks? Like, do you sing along to that?
If I think it's a catchy lyric, I don't give a fuck.
All right. Okay. Fine. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, listen. I'm not crazy about the track either. But not only because like I think that line is a little corny, sure. But like on top of it, I just don't get what the fuck he's complaining about on the song, because like it seems like he's unhappy about the fact this girl is like cool with all his dogs and she's too gangy, and like to him that means like she's like a guy, and I think that's kind of like a really stupid way to look at gender. And like, you know, I mean, it's like, you know, wouldn't you personally love it if like a girl was like cool with your guy friends and it was like chill to have her around with like your dude friends?
I mean,
like everybody just gets along. That wouldn't be cool to you?
No, the getting along is fine, but I don't know if I would like. It's tough, bro, because I didn't. So wait, explain what you're saying, because I didn't get that.
Well, yeah, he's like literally saying that she's too gangy and she's too down with the guys, and you know, and again, he feels like he's bi because you're one of the guys, girl. And he has like, and again, this is because I think, and I can't tell you all the details here because I don't think he lays them out very clearly, because it's a silly thing to complain about, but still, it seems like he has an issue with her not sort of, I don't know, being in this separate girl part of his life where she's acting more feminine and not cool with the guys.
This is something that a lot of people can relate to and agree with. Like, they don't want their girl to be too buddy, friendly with other guys.
No, not with other guys, like with his guy friends, it seems.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, people think like people don't want their girl to be so buddy, even with their best friends.
But like,
and
why? What? Like, as long as they're just friends and that's it, what does it matter?
Because dude, it's like that's my girl. Like, I don't even want her. I don't want someone to be able to have that like with her. Like, I just want that's with me only. I think that's what he's kind of saying. And it's not an insecure thing, because people are typing misogyny, insecure. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just, dude, my girl is for me. She's not for everyone else. You're not gonna go have fun with my girl and go fucking go do shit. The fuck is this?
Well, I don't think he's talking about them like going out, not with him or anything.
Well, it's just like you're being too buddy. You're being too friendly. Don't be too friendly with them. You can be cool with them. Don't be too friendly with these guys. I don't like that shit.
Okay, but also like, do you feel like that line that you don't like on the track is also like describing her behavior? Is she acting too much like a guy or something by being friends with his guy friends?
I don't know.
Is that an issue too that people can relate to?
I'm trying to think if maybe there's like friend groups or people where it's like I really don't. I honestly, that's why I said that it's not just the line itself. I don't even know what that even means, to be honest.
Okay.
So I don't know. Okay. I mean, obviously I know what it means. It's like, oh, I like you, but you're like one of the guys, so I feel bi. Like, I get it, but like, listen, I don't think it's should be looked into that deeply, to be honest.
Okay. Well, you know, what did you think about What Would Pluto Do?
Okay. What would Pluto do? Top 3, bro. Top 3. Legit top 3.
It's top 3 in your top 9.
This is one of the most catchy Drake songs in recent memory. If I could change something with the song, I would just get more of the okay shit throughout the song. But I still like the question is, well, Pluto, fuck that bitch. I like that part. And I think that's also funny. It's like, Future's known for just like, you know, I like it. I mean, I really like. What do you think?
I don't know. I think it's a little cringe at a few points, honestly.
God damn it, bro.
Like he's talking about it like he really looks up the future, like, what would my buddy Future do? You know, and then he's like, it's just like sort of seems like a weird insecure validation kind of thing. Like he thinks Future's a really cool guy and he wants to be more like him. And then there's that other part where he's talking about like dropping Cialis. So he can give Adonis a baby sister? Like that's fucking weird, man. It's fucking weird.
Hold on.
Part of the
Cialis
track.
drink shit. You know what that is. You definitely know what that is. All right.
Wait, I definitely know what is.
What happened?
I definitely know what is.
You definitely know what that means, bro.
Definitely know what means.
I think it's like an erectile dysfunction type shit. I don't
No,
even...
I know what it is. Like it's not a secret. Like what are you trying to say? I know what it is. Like are you trying to say I've taken Cialis? Like my dick doesn't work?
Listen, bud, I'm not gonna say that in so many words, but
Oh, but you are gonna say that.
You're giving those vibes.
I'm giving vibes that I take Cialis.
A couple, yeah.
I'll have you know.
Oh, dude,
I'll have you know.
You're insecure, dude. See, like what? You can't just yell out a fucking thing and then call someone insecure.
Well, I think the looking up to Future bit is insecure. I just think the Cialis part is kind of like a weird flex.
I mean, dude, you gotta look at it like this. You know, he's friends with Future. Future's one of the
Gold glizzies.
Do you think that's something he learned from Future? Did Future teach him to get a Cialis prescription?
No, but hold on. Let me finish this thought before we. I said the other day, I'm like, yo, I think Future's one of the best rappers ever.
Okay, yeah.
I think number wise and like hits and like how long he's been around, I think he's one of the best. Is that a crazy thing to say? I know your rap knowledge is not great, but I'm just saying in general, what's your opinion on that?
I wouldn't agree that he's one of the best ever, but like, what are you trying to say ultimately here?
What do you mean?
Well, are you bringing this up to make a point, or?
I am bringing this to make a point.
Okay, well, what's the point?
You're friends with one of the biggest rappers ever, right? Okay. He's a cool guy, right? Oh yeah, that's my boy. Oh, what will Future do? It's like you're saying it about your boy. Like, all right, what will he do? He's fucking this girl, so I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
That's basically what he's saying. He's not saying, oh my God, I look up to him so much. I don't get that from the song.
Well, I think it comes with like a serious kind of reverence, because I mean usually that phrase is like, you know, what would Jesus do, that sort of thing, and you're sort of like throwing Future there in place of it, you know. Not that I think he's looking at Future like a religious figure, but I think it's coming from a place of like similar reverence.
Well, you know, I think when it comes to getting girls and whatever Future does, I mean, you see the history, all the baby mamas, whatever, right? This dude gets ass, right? So in some ways,
yeah, he can't keep it though.
But in some ways, he is kind of a god of getting ass. So he is kind of being like a what would Jesus do? Yeah, what would Future do? He's you know what I mean? So anyway.
Okay. All right. Well, top 3 on the album for you. All right. All the parties. You were talking about this track earlier. What did you want to say about it with Chief Keef?
Yeah. So with this one first of all, I really like. I like the whole thing. Chief Keef's part didn't, like, I would love to have heard Chief Keef on like a harder beat and like them rapping and shit and him saying some crazy shit, but instead we kind of got like a singing Chief Keef for like 20 seconds, which I don't mind. Like, I don't think it's bad. I just think if you have Chief Keef in a song, you should do, you know, more or at least like when you do a Yeet type of song, do a Chief Keef kind of song. But again, I don't have a problem with it because the whole song to me is good. So, what do you think about it?
I think the song starts pretty strong, but then it ends bad. Like, I like Drake's intro. I like Chief Keef's part, even though maybe it's not the type of vibe that I would expect Chief Keef on. But like, I feel like since he initially kind of broke with like his early mixtapes and stuff, he's done a lot of weird experimental stuff that a lot of fans aren't necessarily clued into. So I'm like not surprised to hear him trying something different on a Drake track. I guess the issue that I have with the track is like, immediately after Chief Keef does his thing, Drake repeats the same refrain right after, but then with the beat slowed down. And then after that, he just like kind of trails off into a sung part that doesn't fucking go anywhere. And it's like, what's going on? Like, shouldn't this like bring it back to that catchy intro, and then we get Chief Keef again, and then like, you know, like you said, maybe we get more of him or something. So it seems like a more proper feature. But instead, it just like kind of trails off into this nothing.
It just feels like your problem, and you've done this many times. It's like the fourth time we talked about this.
Yeah.
If Drake does a song that's textbook like verse hook, you have the same problem with that him doing a song where it's kind of not what's the word not normal traditional. No, what the fuck is the word? Structured? No. Fuck it. Conventional. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if he does a
listen. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But here's the thing. I don't think Drake is good at it. I don't think Drake is good at making unconventional song structures. I don't think, like, because the moment that he changes some stuff, like, usually that's when the momentum goes downhill and it gets really fucking boring. There are some artists that I think are good at it. I think Travis Scott's really good at it. If, you know, and to bring it back to Drake, I thought the track that they did together, Meltdown, on Utopia was really good. You know, all the switches on that were solid. It felt like there was a lot of hype and, you know, interesting shit, edgier seat shit happening as we move from moment to moment. But when Drake tends to change over and over on these tracks that have a weirder song structure, it's like we downgrade to a more boring part, and then we downgrade to another boring part, and then we downgrade to an even more boring part, and it just trails off.
But that's where we disagree, because that's just your opinion of you saying it's boring.
Hey, listen, at the end of the day, this is all my opinion. It's all just opinion. But I just, listen, there are other artists out there that do these kind of beat switches and these non-conventional song structures. I just don't think Drake's great at it.
I disagree, and I'll come up with examples, because there are a lot of songs that don't follow a traditional thing that are great Drake songs, bro. I mean, when you say traditional,
yeah, I mean, you know, maybe you got an intro and it's verse, chorus, verse, bridge. Maybe you come back to the chorus again at the very finish, or there's an outro. I mean, that's pretty traditional.
Hey. What do you,
and there's songs on this record like that have a more traditional structure.
This is off topic too, but I want to hear your opinion on this, because I don't know if I've asked you. What do you think about the album Views?
We've talked about this before, no?
I don't know. I don't remember what you said.
I'm not crazy about it. I like this album more than Views.
I think that you need to. You fuck what I said about Chance the Rapper. You need to listen.
I need to go back and listen to Views.
You need to go back and listen to Views, bro. You have to.
Also, how could you? Like, to me, Views was disappointing, and it couldn't be anything else other than disappointing, because it came after If You're Reading This Is Too Late. That record is at least twice as good as that record.
Oh my god, dude! Views has so many. There's so many like highlights on Views. It's kind of crazy, bro.
Yeah, no. Now I'm having flashbacks. We have talked about this. Let's move on.
Okay. Next.
Now we have talked about this. Yeah. All right. All the parties. All right. So 8 a.m. in Charlotte. We both love this one, right?
8 a.m. in Charlotte. To me, that is one of his best. Those time.
Yeah. Time location type tracks. Yeah.
Yes. This is one of his best. This song, for me, this is number one or number two for real on the album for me.
Okay. No, I think it's great. Production's great. Bars are great. Love that Domination Kinky bar, too. I thought Drake was funny on this track. He was charismatic on this track.
Yeah.
The shots were cute. Just everything about the track was really entertaining. And like you said, I think it's one of his best songs with that type of Drake title formula, and it like blows the Bridal Path track off of CLB out of the water. I think it's great.
What was that one called?
7 a.m. Bridal Path.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah. When I first heard the 7 a.m. Bridal Path, I didn't even think that should have been one of those time Drake songs. I think another song in there, I'm forgetting the name, should have been, but it's fine. I mean, I like CLB. I know you have issues with CLB, but I still like CLB.
Yeah. Okay, well, here's an interesting one. What did you think of BBL Love?
BBL Love. I like to see this every once in a while from Drake. Just it's he's like kind of like you said, like he's taking the pit, whatever.
Yeah.
Like he's like joking. Now you're not supposed to take it so serious. That's why I like that he added interlude on it. Because I feel like if they didn't say interlude, I think people would be kind of clowning the song.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah.
No, I think it's funny. I think he's being funny. I think it's a funny track. He's just being preposterous on it.
He's being it's ridiculous. Can I feel it? Can I feel it? Like it's funny.
Yeah. No, it is a funny one. And just kind of the bar about like you don't know real love, just like a fake ass until you feel it.
I think in a way also too, it could be one of the saddest songs on the album.
In a weird way, you're absolutely right.
Because he's literally out loud being like, "Can I feel it? Can I feel it?"
That real love.
Like I want to feel the real love.
I wanted to feel it on my Bahamas trip.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay. This next one's got to be one of my least favorite tracks on the record. Bottom 3 for me. Bottom 3.
Ooh, the light's going perfectly through the wood.
Gently.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Bless
strong
you.
feelings on this one? As a fellow Italiano, soprano.
First of all, the song basically starts at 1:30 because Drake does like an intro for like 40 seconds.
Sure.
So you tell me Drake and Bad Bunny a minute and 30 seconds? Dude, that's got to be longer, and it's got to have that structure like the song Nia has, and like it's got to have. Dude, you do that with Drake and Bad Bunny, that's a hit, bro. And this still might, dude, people love Bad Bunny, people love Drake. This still might be a hit. And from,
Bad Bunny, can you
on,
do something
I
for
like
me?
that part. I don't know. This is another one that seemed like two different songs, kind of, because of the intro part.
Yeah, once it got going, it was better,
Yeah.
But like the intro's just terrible, and it's a non-starter for me. I just can't. I just think he sounds silly on it.
But that's like you being biased, though.
No, it's not, because no other fucking artist does that shit and gets away with it and thinks they sound cool doing it.
He's speaking Spanish.
But he's doing the silly accent with it too.
You want him to have a Toronto accent while speaking Spanish? That'll sound horrible.
But no, this sounds horrible. It sounds like he's making fun of him.
I've been learning Italian. You need to put an accent on your words. When you can't speak like American in Italian.
Okay,
it doesn't work.
But the thing is, like, I'm sure. Okay, you know what? Say a sentence in Italian. Any sentence in Italian.
You're putting me on a spot right now. It's gonna sound bad. I can't roll.
It doesn't. It doesn't
tongue
need to sound
yet.
perfect.
Relax.
Just say a sentence in Italian.
Okay. Okay. I'm not that far along.
Okay, just say any sentence in Italian. Literally any sentence.
I don't have a sentence, dude.
Say a phrase.
Como.
Just one word, really?
Oh, what the fuck? Damn, I just watched Equalizer 3 yesterday. Fuck, man. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do I have to Google a fucking Italian phrase here to illustrate my point? Like, what the fuck?
You're telling me to do it. You make the point. Say an Italian
well, I
phrase,
can't
and I
make
wanna
the
hear how
fucking
you
point unless I
sound.
have. Okay, come si chiama. I could say that to any Italian person and they would know what the fuck I was saying. Right?
Yeah, but you sound nerdy, though.
What do you mean I sound wordy?
No, you sound nerdy.
Okay, it doesn't matter if I sound fucking nerdy. They would understand what I'm saying. Okay? Now
Yeah,
listen.
but it
there's
doesn't
a
sound
difference.
cool,
There's a difference between me saying "Come si chiama" to an Italian guy and saying "Come si chiama." Okay?
Hey,
That's what
that's
the fuck
racist.
that's what the fuck
That's
Drake is
racist.
doing on that song.
¿Cómo se llama?
When you speak, well, that's how fucking Drake sounds on the fucking song. You can speak Spanish.
¿Cómo se
You can
llama?
speak Spanish without going Sopranos, Italianos. Like fuck you. That's so clownish. That's ridiculous. Okay, you don't need to listen. You can say phrases in other languages without doing a cartoonish accent.
Dude, honestly, bro, you sound xenophobic.
No, that's the exact opposite point that I'm making.
I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what xenophobic means. I saw it on Twitter today.
What the fuck? What the absolute fuck? What the fuck?
I don't know what that, but still, dude. It
This
sounded like
is gonna get
xenophobic.
clipped. This is gonna get clipped so fucking hard. Like you understand that, right?
It just sounded okay. Fine, I don't care. We're having an honest opinion, honest conversation. Anyway, what were you saying? Let's get back on track.
I was saying you could speak in other languages without doing a cartoonish accent. Is all I'm saying.
Dude, listen, I agree with you, but I think you're exaggerating on how much he was exaggerating, bro.
No, that's what he fucking sounds like on the song. Anybody can go listen to it.
Matter of fact, yo, play the beginning. Play it. I want to hear it. Play the beginning. I want to hear it.
Well, I don't think you can hear what I'm playing, so you would need to play it for yourself.
I heard it before. I heard it.
All right, so we're gonna get 2250.
Like, get the fuck out of here. That is not how Drake
Time
talks.
until full 9
That
hours.
is not how Drake talks.
But he's singing.
But that's not how he sings either.
Yeah, because he's speaking Spanish now.
Just because you speak Spanish doesn't mean that you need to start going up into your nose and singing like this. Like, that's not fucking necessary.
Listen, I'm not taking singing lessons from you. I'm just telling you what it is, dude. Okay? And I don't think you're at any liberty.
God damn it, you
give
fucking
Drake
ship.
fucking singing lessons. And all the Spanish, all the Bad Bunny fans, they're gonna eat this up and they're gonna love it. Cause guess what? He's speaking their language. He's speaking it. But no, once you get past that part, and then when Drake comes in, I like that part, Bad Bunny. But I wish it was a more back and forth. I wish there was a hook. I just, you have two big artists on a thing. Like, I want to see.
Oh, my Gluck
I don't know.
picture
I wanna
finally
see
changed.
All right, well, moving on from there. What are your thoughts on Rich Baby Daddy?
Rich Baby Daddy's a banger, bro.
I agree. It's a banger.
It really, like, honestly, all jokes aside, it really is a banger. And I even like it to the point of the outro when he's like, the dog days are over. I even like that, bro. But the actual song, Sexy Red going crazy in a hook. Then you got Drake come in, Sexy Red again. Then you got SZA come in. I mean, dude, to me, it's a banger. It's going to be played at parties, clubs, bar. Like, people are going to shake their fucking ass.
It's a party track.
You know what I mean?
And it's a party track. It's unhinged. It's very entertaining. It's wild. It's a wild track.
That's like a Kiki song. That's like a
sure.
Do You Love Me song. Like, that's really, it's one of those.
Kiki,
But even
wanna
crazier,
fuck me.
Sexy Red kind of
I
makes
bet
the
you
song
don't
insane.
though, cause I'm lonely.
She kind of made it unplayable on the radio a little bit.
I mean, maybe, but nobody's worried about radio playing 2023.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. The last 3 tracks on the record, honestly, for me, are just like totally boring. Totally boring.
I mean, and that makes sense coming from you. That makes
it does make sense coming from me. But I mean,
That
to
makes-
me, the Lil Yachty track adds little to nothing. Away From Home, again, I get the concept. Looking back, we're going to the past, we're walking down memory lane, we're going over all these various things that have happened to bring me to this point. But like, what the fuck is with the Esperanza Spalding shit? Like, where the fuck was that coming from?
So, I don't know who that is.
She's a jazz bass player and singer, and all the more reason for that shot to not make any fucking sense. Because if you're Drake's core fan base and you have no fucking idea why he even brought her up, like, why mention her by name to throw a shot at her anyway?
What if she did something fucked up to him?
He would have said so on the track, but he seemingly, according to the narrative of the song, all she did was win an award that he didn't get.
Wait, what?
You didn't notice this part of the track?
it's not that I didn't notice it, but what I'm saying is there's no way that the only thing.
Well, I don't think Drake really messes with anybody in the jazz scene. Like, I don't know how much Drake has to do with anybody in that world of music.
Hold on, wait. Before we kind of glazed over Another Late Night. That's a catchy song. I love the hook. Another Late Night with My Bitch. Yeah, Lil Yachty comes in and does his Lil Yachty shit, but that's Lil Yachty, bro. It's a unique
I mean,
sound.
I like the beat on the track. I just don't think it's that as interesting of a song generally.
But when you say interesting, right?
Yeah.
How many songs on the album Damn are interesting?
Damn's not my favorite record, but I mean, listen, that's not even a point of comparison. Listen, I think it's a song that's trying to be a fun song.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't think it's that fun. Rich Baby Daddy is fun. Yeah, I just don't think Another Late Night is that fun of a song.
Okay.
I just think I think it's pretty low impact, especially compared to the song that just came before it.
I mean, listen, we'll agree, disagree. I think it's a fun song. I like listening to it in the car.
We know the car is where you like listening to it.
I mean, yeah, I have no I really have no complaints. At first I was like, Lil Yachty, but then I was like, dude, I kind of like it. So now I fuck with it.
All right, well, either way, I just find it really odd that Drake is on the Away From Home track.
Yeah.
He seems like, almost kind of like upset that he had to deal with some obstacles to get to where he is, when, like, I feel like that's the point of getting to a place in life where you can be proud of the success that you had. Would he have rather just everything to get to the point where he is now just be easy? Then there'd be nothing to brag about. There'd be no tension. There'd be no story. There'd be no nothing.
What he's saying throughout the whole thing is that he remembers.
Yeah.
A lot of other people don't remember, and a lot of people just see Drake as, oh, you're just Drake.
Well, I know he remembers. I'm just saying, like, in the context that he brings some of the stuff up, it just seems like he's kind of bitter about some of it, and it's like, I just don't get why.
I mean, we're talking about struggles he went through in life and shit. Of course it's not gonna be the best fucking memories. I mean
but sure, but like at this point, those struggles are seemingly over. He's successful now. He is now reaping the benefits of everything that he's done. So I just don't see the reason why some of these things come up in a bitter context in the way that they do. Especially some fucking jazz bass player that, like, won an award that he didn't get however many fucking years ago. What the fuck does it even matter? Like, he's at the point now where, as he says on the record and on one point, that he uses a Grammy as a doorstop. So, like, what the fuck would one more award that he could have gotten so many years ago even matter to him at this point?
Listen, I get that. I don't really even care about do you care about Grammys? I don't even think that they're.
No. I mean, I don't, but I'm just sort of wondering why Drake does in this.
I can just buy a bunch of metal plating. That's right.
Look, I'll say generally, this is one of, like,
forgot about that.
Many random shots.
Let's just do that. Build a bunch of
that just seem like kind of corny and in bad taste because they're just kind of unnecessary. Like the random shot at the weekend on Members Only as well, for example.
But you're saying
let's be fucking real on that part of the track. Like, the bitches are playing The Weeknd way fucking more than they're playing Party Next Door. Like, I don't know where the fuck Drake is hanging out where the women are exclusively playing Party Next Door over The Weeknd. That's just not fucking happening.
I'm not gonna argue because I like The Weeknd's music. Okay, I'm not gonna argue.
Well, you're not gonna argue because there's no fucking argument. Like, there's no argument. Drake is just literally making that up.
But I don't think that that's what he said.
No, that is literally what he said.
No, I think you're reading it the wrong way.
What did he say then?
So, like, you have the lyrics pulled up? Read the lyrics.
I will pull them up right now.
All right.
And I've read them a few times.
What I gathered was that it was not a shot at The Weeknd.
He says his bitches are playing P&D in them. Those shorties don't listen to Weeknd, is what he says.
I think he's describing a certain type of girl.
What the fuck is the type of girl?
the type of girl that bumps P&D versus the type of girl who listens to The Weeknd, which is more mainstream shit. It's a type of girl. It's a girl who likes music, like who is into music, that kind of whatever. That's the line. I don't think he's insulting The Weeknd, because The Weeknd and him are the same as far as stardom. So it's like insulting yourself, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, haven't they had like a bit of like a silent beef thing going on?
Dude, I don't know, and I wish there wasn't.
Like since Take Care, because they worked together at that point, but then it kind of split off.
Dude, honestly, bro, I really don't. I wish this. I don't know. I mean.
Can I buy this and sell it at the?
I think it would be great.
Well, I mean, I
think
this processing occurs in systems.
Look, ultimately, the point I'm trying to make here is that, you know, it seems like, and there are many points on the record, you know, where Drake is talking about like settling beef and being silent about beef and like not wanting to be in the midst of beef, but he's simultaneously throwing fucking out shots at fucking everybody. Everybody's getting a fucking shot.
Decrypted user data.
Even people who he hasn't had anything to do with in years. He's just throwing shot at everybody. And yet also he's like, well, I don't like beef. I don't want to beef too much, guys. I want to be peaceful.
Where does he say that?
He says even on 8 a.m. in Charlotte, he's like, oh, we're settling the beef is so quiet. We're settling the beef so quiet.
Okay, that's not the line. You obviously went over your head.
No. What? No. The lines on Drake's on this record are not going over my head. There are points on the record and on many records where Drake is actively talking about how he's not trying to beef or start any drama and so on and so forth, but yet he's also just throwing out shots at people that don't deserve it.
How can you say who deserves it or not? You don't know what's happened behind the scenes. What if The Weeknd snake Drake?
What the fuck could Esperanza Spalding have done to Drake?
You don't know, dude. She could have fucked his best friend. Who knows?
I don't think she fucked his best friend. And even if she fucked his best friend, oh Jesus Christ,
dude, she could have fucked Chubbs.
You're fucking unhinged. He says 4 Grammys to my name, 100 nominations. Esperanza Spalding was getting all the praises. I'm trying to keep it humble. I'm trying to keep it gracious. Who give a fuck? Michelle Obama put you on her playlist? Are you? Did Michelle Obama fuck his friend too? So he's like, fuck you and fuck Michelle Obama's playlist?
No, the Michelle Obama line could apply to a lot of different people.
But still, it's like, it's so bitter to just be like, you made it on Michelle Obama's playlist? Well, who cares? Like, what do you care?
Obviously something happened, dude. Use your melon head, you bastard.
Like, listen, here's the thing. And this is the problem with Drake fans, with a lot of y'all, okay? Just because something, you guys are like, something's gonna happen. Just because something happens doesn't mean you need to get in your feelings about it and then write a silly bar about it and put it in a song. Like, the option of being quiet is there. You can just be quiet.
That's why we like Drake. He's real. He says what's actually going on.
9250, that's good enough.
He's not hiding
Still have
shit.
so much metal left too.
He is
Holy
apparently
shit.
because we have to make up stuff happening behind the scenes in order for silly bars like this to make sense.
Let's hit up the.
If he wasn't hiding anything, then he'd tell us everything that drove him to write this bar, but he's not. He's just writing it.
Oxygen
and it just seems
Farm.
really bitter and silly.
Yeah, dude, and listen, this is another, because as soon as I said the word hiding, oh yeah, we're gonna say the Pusha T jokes, which nobody cares about Pusha T in 2023. Nobody cares. That's fine. Kanye gave him that fucking album. That's fine, right? Dude, this is what I gotta say about this shit, right?
Okay,
if you actually cared to get the facts straight, because you're like in some fucked up way a journalist, right? If you care to get the facts straight, you would know that Drake, during that whole shit where Pusha T said the shit, whatever, you would know, dude, that the DNA sample was lost in transit, okay? This is well documented. Look it up. he didn't have a confirmation that it was his kid.
Who
right?
are
It
you
was up
talking
in the
to?
air.
Wait, okay, wait a second. Did you think that I didn't initiate this topic?
You didn't initiate. I'm reading the chat and I'm getting pissed off.
Okay, I'm not telling my chat what to say, and you're talking to me about how I'm a journalist, but you're bringing up the Pusha T thing. I didn't initiate Pusha T as a topic.
No, but you did it you did it like with the sleight of hand.
No, I didn't. What are you talking about?
Quick
I know
reload.
dude, come on, I know you're waiting, bro.
I initiated the Pusha T topic with a sleight of hand.
Dude, and at the end of the day too, I want to bring this point up too, because you may or may not have seen this, but I find it really funny, bro, that Kanye is nowhere to be found for fucking months, years, whatever, right? All of a sudden Drake's about to drop. Now all of a sudden there's fucking leaked documentary footage and all this shit of Kanye saying he gave all these people their albums, he did all this shit. Dude, that was propaganda. That was spewed, and I don't know what kind of weird shit's going on behind the scenes, but it was a tactic that I think Kanye used to get some like attention away from Drake, which goes back to my original point that like, dude, at the end of the day, bro, like Drake is the go-to this shit, and all these other people are scared, bro. All these other people, Kanye said he was scared and made a fucking album with Jay-Z and teamed up, bro. And you were saying all the other rappers didn't like him. That's why he's the GOAT, bro.
Okay. I mean, I don't have any opinion about the Kanye leaks, honestly. I mean, I think they're strategic. I mean, I don't know how much of them are driven by Drake. I think a lot of it may have more to do with him trying to like make people forget about all the Nazi stuff. There's also that. But no, I mean, I agree that that was planned either way, but I don't know how much it has to do with this record directly, you know. But anyway, yeah, I'm just not crazy about some of the shots on this track and some of the bitter framing. I mean, listen, conceptually, I wouldn't mind a Drake song where he goes back to the past and honestly, like, you know, sets the record straight on a lot of stuff that frankly, you know, requires restating, given that there are dudes out there like Joe Budden who are like, yeah, back in the day Drake was rapping for the rappers, when that wasn't true. You know, it would be great to have a Drake track that just kind of gives a simple history and is honest about that stuff and just true about that stuff and doesn't need to fucking start beef with a random fucking jazz bass player out of the fucking blue for no reason. You know, there's bigger fish to fry. Because again, you know, to that point, as you said earlier, you didn't even know the fuck she was. So it's like, what does it even matter?
I mean, I think that also is the same thing. Like, who cares, dude? He's throwing shots out. Do
well,
something.
he's putting it out there as content in the music, and I'm just talking about it because it's in there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you might think it's a random shot, like mean, but is it not facts though? No one knows
Is
who that
what
is, bro.
facts? There's nothing factual about it. He's just mad that she won an award that he didn't get.
I'm saying no one knows who she is. Okay, no one cares who Michelle Obama puts on a playlist. Yeah, it's mean, but it's still facts though. Dude, you're not listening to Michelle Obama's hits of the month. You don't give a fuck about that.
I'm sure some people are.
Dude, if you're taking dudes.
I'm not saying I am. There are people out there who are different than you and I that would probably take Michelle Obama's music picks seriously, and that's fine.
Or you dead ass make okay, no, okay, that's fine, bro. You know no one cares about that shit. It's mean. It is mean, but I thought that you liked when rap was mean and
right. Yeah, actually, like someone in chat says, Los knows zero moms. Yeah, there's probably some moms out there fucking with the Michelle Obama playlist. Moms deserve music too.
Okay. So again, a guy in the chat who's saying I know zero moms because he's still having play dates. That's fine, bro.
Maybe he just picks up a lot of MILFs. You don't know that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there's a fucking MILF hunter in the chat right now, bro.
Maybe there is. Maybe there's 3 or 4. Maybe there's a few bi people as well.
Listen, that's fine, and I have no problem with any bi people.
Well, you know, I'll sing the line from the Drake song in solidarity with all the bi people.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, let me tell you this though. And I want your opinion, but I know it doesn't really. I mean, it's biased, but right now, this is rap album of the year.
Okay, yeah, you can say that. All right, so what?
Well, I mean, do you disagree? I mean.
Oh, I mean, you know I disagree with that.
Well, okay, so what is that?
What is the rap album of the year?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say, but there's like at least several albums of, you know, rap albums that I would take over this. Probably the Travis Scott record, probably the Danny Brown, Jada Coffee record.
Stop. You don't like the Travis Scott record, bro.
No, I do like the Travis. What do you mean? I don't. Are you just telling me I don't like it?
You don't like it like that, bro.
Like it like what? I like it more. All I said was I like it more than the Drake record, which I do.
I just think that I like Travis Scott. I like Astro World. Utopia. Utopia to me sounded like it was like trying to sound like a Kanye album.
On a few songs.
Like half the songs. So
on a few songs, but Travis usually wears his influence on his sleeve. I mean, he's had songs from his past records that sound like Kid Cudi songs. Like it's.
And again, I don't want people to say I'm saying that the album's not good. It's good. I think that Roll the Dogs is great.
Also, the new Arm & Hammer record, We Buy Diabetic Test Strips. I think that's a better rap record. But you know, you don't know the fuck these artists are. It doesn't matter.
What did you say that was called?
We Buy Diabetic Test Strips.
So you think you're cool for knowing some underground shit?
I did not say that I'm cool. I just said those are albums that I prefer. But you haven't even heard them, so it doesn't even matter.
You think this is Did you like Lil Uzi's album?
Not more than the Drake record, no.
I'm glad you said that. Okay.
No, yeah, definitely not more than the Drake record.
Diabetes Test Strips.
They're called Arm & Hammer, like the baking soda.
Yeah, let me hear your rap album of the year. Hold on.
Oh God, you're gonna fucking hate this shit.
Okay. Anyway.
God damn it! You don't want to buy my decrypted user data? Fuck off.
And then I think with the Drake album.
I think I did sell it for more. I'm not sure. Whatever, man. Suck my dick. Buy that shit.
I mean, you know, listening to it was a little bit tedious, but honestly, like, I liked that it sort of tied up a lot of the themes with the toxic relationship stuff. So it does kind of.
Every time I come back, you have more shit for me. Thanks.
Feels like an ending to the story.
Oh my God. They can't wait to push this stuff off to the public.
Yeah, so I mean, I now I see what you're saying about the second half. Like, you like the first half more, like before 8 a.m. Because you basically are shitting on most of these songs after 8 a.m.
Yeah.
So if the album ended at 8 a.m., would you have rated it higher?
I mean, yeah, probably on average, because I mean, it would make an overall better average for the songs, you know, altogether. There'd be less songs on there I don't like, you know. Maybe by the end of it, I would be wondering, like,
this has got to be like Drake's music manager or something.
This toxic relationship, but if it meant not being
or one of his
subjected
cousins.
gently, then maybe it would have been for the better.
Can I be honest with you, bro?
Well, be as honest with me as you please.
I think that this 5 rating you gave is a cop out, dude. I think you copped out. It was cheap, and I think that you'll regret it.
Because I should have given it a 10.
Listen, I'm not unreal. I'm not saying you're gonna give 10 out of 10.
Should have given it an 8.
I know it's better than Her Loss, and if you gave Her Loss a 6, it's got to be at least 7 or 8 for you.
I think Her Loss is more fun.
Really, bro?
Yeah.
But why,
Bruh,
that's
bruh.
how you rate albums, is how fun it is? Then why the fuck is that Kendrick album a fucking 10 out of 10?
Well, no, I don't think that's the only way that I rate albums, you know. But I'm just saying that's why I enjoy it more. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I really don't ever. I don't see if I'll ever be able to like get to you, bro. Like I don't think.
Honestly, when it comes to you, I'm a lost cause. So I would just stop worrying about that.
Dude, there's got.
You know, look, let's double back to what I said earlier. When it comes to my ratings, and listen to me clearly, okay? Because what I'm saying is what I'm saying on a surface level. There's no other subtext or other implications other than what I am saying. When it comes to Drake records and my reviews of them, I think Drake fans, I'm only talking about Drake fans here. In terms of my reviews representing their opinions accurately, I think any review that I give, Drake fans should just add 3. Just add 3, and that's the actual score for a Drake fan.
So you're a certified hater boy, and this is what you do.
Certified hater boy. She said, "See you later, boy."
You know, if anyone listening to this that is a Drake fan that liked the album or whatever, if you think that I didn't argue good enough on some of these songs that I think are good that he doesn't think are good, dude, I'm not even gonna waste my breath arguing like this, dude, because I know these songs are fucking good, dude. And I know you give an album a 5, that means you're saying half the album's bad. Dude, half the album is not bad, half the album is not mid. And I think that you need to go on a couple more drives and listen to this fucking album, bro. I'm dead ass.
Okay, that's fair. You can feel that way. And I'm
just like a more open mind, and you'll enjoy more things, including Drake albums.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we had this talk.
I'm glad too. There was something else I was gonna say before.
What was it? Was it Fantano? Can you do something for me?
Dude, stop trying to get a TikTok, bro. Listen.
I don't think that's gonna. I don't care if that goes viral on TikTok. I just want to hear you say it.
Dude, now the byline's making sense to me, bro. All right.
What are you talking about? That line's not fruity.
Listen. This is what I was gonna say. You had that situation go down where Drake DM'd you.
Yeah, but we've talked about that.
Looking back, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you like how that played out, or do you wish that went a different route?
I think it played out fine.
So you think making up fake conversations is like the way it should have went?
What would you rather I have done? Shared his DMs to the world?
No, maybe you I don't know, bro. Maybe have a civil conversation.
But he didn't start off the conversation civilly.
Yeah, but you didn't start off your review civilly, bro.
What do you mean? I didn't say anything about Drake's personal life or, and anything in terms of like the way he was coming at me in the DMs. I wasn't like, hey, you dated a certain woman like this, so I'm gonna rate you a light 1. Da 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 da.
Listen, man, it's called shit talk, bro. It's called talking shit, bro.
Okay, well, I mean, he shit talked, and I thought that I was well within my right to react to that however I wanted to, which was making up a silly conversation where he gave me a cookie recipe.
Like I'm just imagining you in the room. And you have like a whiteboard of like different. Okay, like maybe you're like weighing the pros and cons of different ways to go about. Like that's what I thought you were doing.
That's not inaccurate, but it's all just happening in my head. I don't have a whiteboard.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. What was another way that you were going to go about that if it wasn't a cookie recipe?
I thought it was going to be either a cookie recipe or my plan was to either do cookie recipe or him DMing me asking for dating advice.
See, that would have been funny and actually unbelievable. The cookie thing seemed like it'd be like a weird troll, so it seemed kind of real.
No, I know that was part of the reason that I think we went with the cookie recipe.
Oh, dude, you're sick. Yeah, you're demented. You're fucking demented, bro. You're actually sick in the fucking head. Dude, that's actually crazy, bro. Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that, because that's been on my mind.
No, honestly, I think if I did it the other way, you still would have believed it. We'd still be having the same conversation.
Okay. Oh, my God, bro. I don't want the recipe. Sorry.
It's a good recipe. Some people have made it.
Everything's looking good.
Okay. Alright, bro.
I got a silver, gold, and platinum mine coming up.
Are you gonna fucking say the rich flex line or not?
I'm not gonna say it right now, but I got you a gift. I need you to send me an address to send it to, because I got you something.
You got me something?
Something that you're gonna enjoy.
Is it a Drake shirt?
No, it's not. No.
Okay. Is it a cookie recipe?
No, but just promise me at some point when it does come, whether you're streaming a video, whatever, just show like what you got.
Okay. Is it another one of those nice green bags I saw on camera earlier that you had?
How dare you, bro?
I liked that bag. Is it gonna come in that bag?
No, but you'll see. You'll see, dude. Don't spoil. You'll see.
Okay. All right. I'll let you know.
All right, bro.
Well, listen, you're the best. I'm glad we could have this conversation.
Yeah, in a weird way, same, bro.
You keep saying it's weird, but it's like completely not weird. Like we get along, we have a good rapport. There's a bit of sexual tension there. It's good. It's fine.
See, I knew the fucking byline. I'm out of here.
Let's try to find a silver farm. Oxygen, we don't need that. Mineral survey. Gold, level C. We don't need that. Good find though. We're looking for silver next. Huh? What? I'm playing games. What's up? Hmm? Get out of here. You're just trying to stretch your asshole in front of me. I don't know. Silver, let's go. Ooh, S potential. Holy fuck. Max density underfoot 91%. Well, I don't know what the fuck all that means, but. Alright, so where is it? Right here. Immediate flattening. My land. No plants, excuse me. I have to build a nice silver collecting base here. Can't have anything interrupting. Yeah, you get out of here too. Can't get rid of those, that's alright. Pretty nice site. Alright. Not too far from the gold, but it's worth it. There's also pyrite on this planet. I gotta discover the pyrite. Oh no, just silver, gold, copper. I already have copper. There's gonna be a good farm for silver and gold. Perfect for silver and gold. Alright, I got my silver production. 1250 an hour. I gotta buy more metal. Let's go to the Hidden Gliz village. Let's get a bunch of metal. We'll get more supplies. Fantano, can you do something for me? Hey, can you shake some titties for me? Jimmy, dork, dork, dork. I'm a dork, dork, dork.
I'm talking about the long-standing admiration that Walt Disney had for Abraham. They known it, this final product they were seeing was birthed from a history of long admiration and, shall we say, the love for one's country. I'm talking about the long-standing admiration that Walt Disney had for Abraham Lincoln, which went all the way back to when he was in school. An admiration that lasted all the way into adulthood and inspired Walt to create a stage show called One Nation Under God. The show was meant to be about the presidency and the nation and would feature robotic animations of all presidents. Unfortunately, the technology to pull that off just wasn't there yet. However, when World's Fair President Robert Moses saw the concept during a 1962 trip to Disney, he insisted it be used in the fair, but Disney contested. The compromise, however, came as a remade version that only featured a robotic form of Abraham Lincoln. This is the exact animatronic that wowed the crowd and the world at large. Also, please note that these weren't the actual first animatronics. Technically, that honor goes to Sparko, a robot dog from 1939. You can see the dog and its owner, Electro, in this rather rare footage.
Come on in.
They appeared in the New York
Blessed by the Tides. What is
Electra
that?
had been built by Westinghouse Electric Corporation somewhere between 1937 and 1938, while Sparko was designed by Don Lee Haley as Electra's companion at the fair. The two were quite advanced for their time, as Electro could walk by voice command, speak a bit, 700 words max, smoke cigarettes, blow up balloons, and move his head and arms. Sparko, on the other hand, could bark, sit, and beg. Anyway, back to the Lincoln figure. It sort of opened a doorway to a lot of animatronic innovations. Some people, as this article highlights, even fainted at that 1965 fair as they marveled over the magic behind the inanimate becoming animate. If you're like me, researching the Abraham Lincoln figure and seeing some publications like the LA Times compare that to ChatGPT in terms of the effect on the general public, I really don't see how you wouldn't be interested in animatronics. Where did they come from? How have they evolved? Do they malfunction often? Will Disney make futuristic ones? All of that. But first, so we're on the same page, what is an animatronic? One interesting definition among the many that I've come across is that an animatronic is simply a combination of the words animation and electronic. However, since that doesn't offer as much in the way of an explanation, let's use this one from Easy Tech Junkie, where they say animatronics is a type of special effects which involves building mechanized creatures like dinosaurs, imaginary animals, and others. In short, it's a practice of bringing an inanimate object to life using a combination of mechatronics. I know Disney fans completely understand what I'm saying because Disney is one of those companies that has gone all out in the creation and use of their animatronics. In fact, they coined and copyrighted the term audio animatronic to refer to their exclusive creations. You know, like every single animatronic which they call audio animatronic that you see in Disneyland. But let's take it a step back. Let's talk about clockmakers. The real history of animatronics goes as far back as early clockmakers. This is a time before electricity was even around. Early inventors used what we might now call primitive technology. They used this to create automated machines that ended up being the foundation of modern animatronics. One such inventor is Al-Jazari, who is famous for the Al-Jazari's castle clock. Born in the 12th century during the Islamic Golden Age, he was a brilliant engineer who pioneered great developments like automata, automatic control, robotics, and automated musical theaters. Among the many inventions he made was an automated clock, which became regarded as the first analog computer. So what was special about his clock and why is it in an animatronics video? Okay, quickly, let me take you through how the 11-foot tall clock worked. Sunrise hours were shown by open doors and round holes at the front of the clock. The doors would open to to reveal mannequins, and the holes would let in light as time progressed. At the top was a crescent moon that would progress to show minutes. Also at the top was a round wheel that moved to mimic the movement of the moon and stars across the sky as the sun rose and set. Pretty complicated stuff, and all of this was done using a system of reservoirs, troughs, and pulleys. The clock also had 5 robotic musicians that would play when moved by levers. The whole automation and the fact that it seems the clock did lifelike things is why it set a base for animatronics today. Now that the groundwork was laid, other inventors pushed the innovations forward towards better animatronics, and a good illustration here is the Magnificent Lion by Da Vinci, which was made around 1515. The lion arguably stands as an early predecessor to animatronic mechanics rather than electronics. What the lion did was pretty simple yet exciting at the time. Someone would wind it up and then it would take about 10 steps forward, shake its head from side to side, open and close its jaw, and wag its tail. It had a mechanism where if you stroked it at a particular spot, it would open a trap door and showcase lilies in its stomach. You can see the images of the recreated version here and here. I believe this recreated version is currently on display at a museum in Paris. Eventually, clockmakers in 1700s France began making lifelike automated figures and dolls. A really interesting part of this history is that clockmakers were the ones working on animatronics. I mean, it makes sense, but it's not something you really think about at all. You really don't think about that at all, but just a cool fact. Anyway, what are some animatronics of the 18th century? Well, the works of a French Swiss-born watchmaker named Jacques Droz are prime examples. Droz is renowned for 3 robots: the writer, the musician, and the draughtsman. These were not simple animatronics by any means. The writer, for instance, could pen down any text that was up to 40 letters long using a goose feather. He mimics a real writer, even shaking his wrist to prevent ink from spilling, following the letters by eye when writing, and moving his head when inking the feather. You can see it in action here. Overall, these early days had exciting stuff going on with a great foundation of animatronics built upon automata that were powered by water, mechanics, and springs. Of course, when electricity came into the scene, much more complex animatronic operations were possible. Examples of such can be seen throughout Disney's golden age, which you'll clearly see in this next segment. I think it's fair to argue that Walt Disney revolutionized animatronics in the mid-20th century and brought entertainment to new heights in the process. How did he do that? Well, let's first circle back to the Abraham Lincoln figure we talked about in the introduction. If you watch the video of the speech here, you can see the great effort applied to make the animatronic lifelike. Comparing it to the writer, you can tell there's a difference. Abraham Lincoln's figure has more fluidity of motion, and its facial expressions are almost convincing. Like I said before, Walt Disney wanted to make a show involving all the US presidents, but the technology just wasn't there yet. So then how did he have the technology to make the Abraham Lincoln figure? Well, that's where they sort of invented it. It said that Imagineers worked tirelessly to bring it to life. They even used a copy of an actual life mask of Lincoln from the year 1860, and it wasn't an easy process to come up with the right technology. The animatronic was so troublesome in its creation that it was worked on up until the last minute. Apparently, Walt even had to cancel a special preview showing for the Pavilion sponsors due to technical difficulties. Therefore, when it worked on the day of the fair, it wasn't just a triumph for the company, but more of a breakthrough moment for modern animatronics. I can't even imagine them working on it before the curtains unveiled. Imagine the pressure. Disney would then go on applying and perfecting the technology throughout the 60s. The first example of this is the Tiki Room, the first Disney attraction that featured audio animatronics. It was opened on June 22nd, 1963, and it hosts a Hawaiian-themed music show hosted by 4 birds. 4 animatronic birds, with features matching their country of origin. Jose is Mexican, Michael is Irish, Pierre is French, and Newton is German. All the birds also talk with their respective country of origin accents. Features aside though, the execution of these animatronics was great, and the show was an instant hit, since at the time everyone seemed to be heading to the islands after Hawaii had just been made a state. The first sponsor was an airline, United Airlines, though later a Hawaiian food company, Dole Foods, took over. Since the birds were operated using computers, the operations room was built underground and an air conditioning system was installed. The air conditioner then became a bigger incentive for Californians to go visit, especially during the heat of the summer. While the birds had been stuffed with electronics and other moving parts inside, the outside was made with real feathers except for the chest areas, which had custom woven cashmere that allowed them to, quote, breathe in a real life manner. And just to paint a picture of how popular the bird show was, an audio animatronic bird that had been placed near the walkway to market the show to visitors constantly caused traffic jams as the same visitors tried to get a glimpse of it. Now I could go on and on about other attractions. We have the Haunted Mansion, the Hall of Presidents, the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, but I'm pretty sure you get the point. Disney has ruled the animatronic scene for decades, and all of this is thanks to great inventors and innovators in their Imagineering team. They pioneered works around servo motors, pneumatic actuators, hydraulics, and others. As written by a Disney Parks blog's author in 2009 regarding their invention at the time, our newest hand prototype has 15 movable joints, which is 3 times greater than a traditional audio animatronic hand. Today, Disney Imagineering works with cutting-edge electronic animatronic servo motors to create realistic hands as well as arms. These compact mechanisms are able to move faster and with greater precision. In the past, audio animatronics relied on pressurized air and hydraulics to generate lifelike movements, and with each iteration came more realism. Just look at this one that they showcased last year. It can rollerblade, and with the use of motion capture data, they are hoping it can have emotion embedded in its performances. And all the while, Disney has used the best Imagineers around. Also, just to offer some insight here, I think Disney dominated the history of animatronics due to two key reasons. First, they had the money to research and advance the technology. Second, they had places to show their inventions. Though that doesn't mean that their animatronics were always the best. I mean, the Abraham Lincoln animatronic had some pretty funny malfunctions. It apparently was, quote, shaking like crazy and then just slumped over. The Pirates of the Caribbean dark ride has also broken down at some point. Yes, I said Caribbean, not Caribbean. I feel like I only say Caribbean for that Disney Pirates of the Caribbean. Am I tripping? Because I usually just say Caribbean. Y'all let me know in the comments.
Pirates of the Caribbean,
Even
yeah.
has been termed as one of the worst Disney attractions ever made and a waste of talent. So yeah, you guys get the idea. Disney rules the world, and they will always rule the world. I'm just kidding. Maybe it could happen. Maybe one day they'll rule the world. I don't know. But when we talk about the word animatronics, people also think of something else. They think of a rat. $1 billion company and a rat genuinely get compared for something that the $1 billion company does a lot better. But who's the rat? Well, that's Chuck E. Cheese. Just gonna throw my 2 cents in. The reason the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics are better than the Disney ones are because the Chuck E. Cheese ones are charming. They represent something that isn't a $1 billion company. So now let's get into the history of Chuck E. Cheese. The first Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater opened in 1977 in San Jose, California, following the idea of Nolan Bushnell to start and operate a kid-oriented pizza joint that would also double up as an arcade and a live entertainment hub. The goal was to have the arcade as the main focal point, while food and the animatronics would be like a service on the side. This makes sense when you realize that Bushnell, alongside Ted Dabney, invented the video game company called Atari. They were gamers, and hence the focus on the arcade. They actually sold Atari and the pizza joint concept to Warner Communications in 1976, but bought the rights back in 1978. Did you know that Chuck E. Cheese was intended to be a coyote? But the costume actually ended up being a rat. Nolan just mistakenly thought it was a coyote. He just decided to run with it. Coyote Pizza would have been the name. In the first location, the animatronics were singing portraits of Chucky in the game. They were called the Pizza Players, and they would banter as entertainment for parents as the kids played arcade games. Once Bushnell got his rights back, he began looking for a financier to help expand the Chuck E. Cheese chain. Warner, the previous partner, had refused an expansion beyond the first location. Bushnell then found Robert Brock, who got in for 200 locations in 16 states. And interestingly enough, before agreeing to finance the franchise, Brock had met another guy, Aaron Fector, who had made a name for himself and his company, Creative Engineering, after making this groundbreaking animatronic band called the Wolfpack 5. Robert did not disclose to Bushnell that he met Fector, or even try to buy a stake in his company. He actually agreed to keep Mike Hatcher as the animatronic staffer for the restaurant at the time, despite Fector's animatronics being superior. And so Brock went ahead and started a rival pizza joint, Showbiz Pizza. This pizza joint was in partnership with Fector's Creative Engineering. So basically, let me explain this the tough way. Robert Brock, bro is a snake. Bro saw someone that made better animatronics than the dude he had a contract with, which was Robert Bushnell. That's our boy, right? And then he met this dude that makes better animatronics, was like, damn, I want out of my contract with this dude. Frick. And he just made a rival pizza joint. Yes, there was lawsuits involved. We'll get to that later. Their animatronics band, which ran from 1980 to 1992, was called the Rock-afire Explosion, and as would be expected, and hence the Great Robot Pizza Wars of the 1980s. Keep in mind that the Rock-afire Explosion belonged to Aaron Fector's company, not Showbiz Pizza. In the early 80s, people experienced the video game crash. This is where home computers were taking over, and there were simply too many cheap video games being made. This also meant that arcades were taking a huge hit. Why would a kid go to an arcade when they could play some games on their PC or exchange emails with a random person that they don't know who their identity is? I'm not making a weird joke about that. Anyway, after Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theaters
random Chuck E. Cheese pedophile,
their competitor Showbiz actually joined forces with them in order to fulfill a previous court-mandated settlement, resulting in the creation of Showbiz Pizza Time. They actually combined forces. So like I was saying before, there were some lawsuits going on, and Showbiz was smart about it. They were basically like, yo, we gonna take you out of bankruptcy, but drop the lawsuit y'all got on us. Boom. Now they became one. Though this didn't mean that the video game crash just stopped. I mean, they were both now struggling. Showbiz just didn't want to be in a lawsuit. By 1993, all the remaining Showbiz Pizza establishments underwent a rebranding process and became Chuck E. Cheese locations. Now, I won't go into details of the rivalry just yet, but in summary, they both used a lot of money to build their animatronic bands. Showbiz using about $90,000 for their band alone. They highly popularized them, then got bankrupt and later merged into one company, Showbiz Pizza Time Inc. Fector, however, refused to sell his rights to the new company and his animatronics were removed in favor of the old animatronics from the pizza players. The unified band was called Munch's Make Believe Band. It equally got popular, and despite criticisms here and there, it has survived up until recently when in 2017, the restaurant announced that it would be phasing it out. An interesting person in this story is Fector. It is so mind-boggling how if he just let them use his characters, the Chuck E. Cheese crew we know today would actually be the Rock-afire Explosion. He just didn't want them to use his characters because apparently it's because of money. They didn't offer him that pretty penny, so he was just like, nah, y'all make your own or keep using your Chuck E. Cheese ones. Like, a lot of our childhood memories would be extremely different if he just said yeah, or was offered a good amount of money. Both. Now, of course there's more to the story, but why not explain it as animatronics together? So where did me, Andrew, and Morbid go? Well, we went to a place called Smitty's Super Service Station, located in Little Improved, Mississippi. I actually tried going in April, so this happening around the same time that the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is releasing is purely coincidental. Damon Braylon,
oh, let me rename my Silver Glizzy farm.
Remodeled gas station. From collectibles to entire cast of working animatronics that without him would be abandoned, and luckily he got to save them and give them a new home. How did he gain access to these items? When did he start collecting? How much is all of this worth now? Why am I the best YouTuber out right now? We're about to answer all those questions in the investigation. This is where we're supposed to transition.
Upload base. Here. I don't know what that does, but uploading. I'm gonna overload the No Man's Sky servers. Pump so much shit. Yeah.
Hey guys, so
I wonder if he's ever run out of resources.
18 hours have been hectic. I woke up
Let me
at
check my
8
phosphorus.
a.m., went to the airport. So basically what happened was we had a layover flight. So we were supposed to go to Texas and then land at Mississippi. We're supposed to be here like at around 7 p.m. We ended up going from LAX to Texas, but there was a delay. It was like a 20-minute delay. We're like, I hope this doesn't mess with the overlay. It did. We missed the overlay.
It was either mad or red.
We had to wait 4 more hours doing nothing. Actually, we didn't do nothing. We actually played video games. And me and Aaron met Tim the Tatman. So that was really interesting. I met a fan. I know. He was a fan though. He came up to me. He was like, "Yo, you that dude, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah." That dude, bro. He's like, "Sure, whatever." He was shaking too. But look, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Tim Tatman. It was really cool. We got to play a lot of video games there. Me and Aaron ended up putting our channels on the TV and then walking out. After that, we
and then fucking after
flight, and then we came here, and then we had to lift 2 hours. It was around 2 hours from that airport to
me and my boy
hotel. And in the hotel that we
play some games, suck some dick,
bad. We found
each
mold,
other's
we
dick
found
after
stains, and the fire alarm was ripped off. So we just couldn't do that. So I'm gonna get a refund on that. And we ended up finding this one, which is actually on the same block. It's right behind the hotel. It's like they're
look at all these fucking
the
silos,
Jesus. It says it's permanently closed on Apple Maps. I don't even think they're legally allowed to be open. Then we came here, and this is where we are now. And
density 65%. I wonder if it's going down.
These are top 300.
Was it at 69? It was at 75 before. I hope it doesn't go down over time.
Those shoes are pretty rare because usually when Chuck E. Cheese, like, they update their mascots. Like, each Chucky, like, from every generation has, like, a nickname. So these, like, from our generation, his name was the Avenger Chuck. Now, like, the modern Chuck E. Cheese, he's, like, the Rockstar Chuck now. And like, so when they switch the costumes, I don't know why, but Chuck E. Cheese, like, the corporate, like, they're gonna, like, remodel. They have to like destroy everything. It's like those shoes, most of them are like destroyed now. I mean, some private collectors, they get their hands on them, of course. Like what I did right now, I saw it on eBay for like $500. Wait, no, I think the original price was like 700 to 800. But then like just set an offer, and I just got them for a bit cheaper.
That's the thing. Like what?
This is rare.
Yeah. What Aaron was saying is like, every time they update the Chuck E. Cheese mascot,
or like the decor and the animatronics, everything.
Yeah, and they update the aesthetic, right? They update they update Chuck E. Cheese. They have to get rid of the old animatronics, the old costumes, and they have to show proof of it, like pictures.
Yeah, because with the animatronics, if you go on eBay right now, someone's selling the animatronics, but the thing is, it's like a Chucky animatronic, but like it's destroyed for like 1,500. It's not even the real animatronic; it's like broken. The resellers are going crazy, and corporate from Chuck E. Cheese, they hate that like people get their hands on their stuff. So like the stores are required to destroy the animatronics and send them a picture.
Why are they acting like they Disney, bro?
So they never run out.
I get it.
Perfect.
Mickey Mouse.
It's great farming.
Yeah. There's like way too much.
It's like, Chucky, you cool, but you not Disney though. Talking about let's burn it and send us proof. Shut the fuck up, man. That's why your employees are gonna send us that stuff for free.
They're replacing the animatronics with dance floors. Who the fuck's gonna dance out of Chuck E. Cheese?
Dude, I don't know. I've never seen a full Chuck E. Cheese. I don't think I've ever seen a
Yeah, they're
full Chuck E.
falling
Cheese.
off.
Even when I was a kid, the most would be like 75% full. I don't think I've ever seen a full Chuck E. Cheese. Nah, they kind of died when we were like 10. And when we were like 10 years old, they were dying. Speaking of animatronics, speaking of Chuck E. Cheese, let's use this as a perfect segue to tomorrow.
Oh my god, look
Alright,
at these
guys, so
mining
right now,
facilities.
we're
They're
on our way
fucking
to buy
insane.
pizza for Smitty. I don't know,
Jesus.
it's like a ritual or
They're
something.
building
He
like
wants to get a pizza. Why are we getting pizza? We're the
they're
guests.
building like
And then,
just
we're gonna
just
Uber
floors of
/
levels,
Lyft our
and
way
they're all
to
filled with
Smitty's
silos.
Service.
It goes up
Smitty's
to
super
4
service.
levels.
We'll see when we're
What
getting,
the fuck?
Guys, Foxy. Alright guys, we finally made it to Smitty's Super Service. We're finally here, bro. He actually had to pick
This
us
game's
up
pretty
because there was no
fucking
Lyft
nuts.
or Uber or anything. Shout out Aaron.
Ah,
for
I get my
contacting
mining
us.
satisfaction.
And I'm going in blind. So we actually split research for this video. He did more of the Chuck E. Cheese side. I did more of the like history of animatronics. That includes like Disney stuff, all that type of stuff. So I'm going in blind. He knows a little bit.
I
about
know
it.
some stuff, but like I'm so hyped to see him in person.
Yeah, I'm so hyped too. I'm so hyped. We have Smitty right here actually. He's looking at us. There you go.
Alright, let's head back to the Hidden Gliz Village.
Okay, they're way bigger than I expected.
That's just the ones you see, not the ones behind the curtain. So
Goddamn big old animatronics.
Oh, that.
Animatronica.
Hey, look at the posters in the back.
Like a little Latina animatronic. Got one in my basement.
Oh, look at this one right here.
Dude.
Definitely 7 feet tall.
Do you think like the Finance Freddy's ones are supposed to be this tall?
Monkeytronic.
Yeah, they're like 7 feet. Around.
This is like Freddy would be this big.
Yeah, dude, that's actually terrifying. Like, imagine this guy running up to you. You're dead.
Look at these guys, the Beagles. Oh, that's funny. Get it? Like the 1975.
The Beagles.
Let's go from Baby Smitty, you know? What got you into all this? This is such a specific niche, you know?
Well, growing up as a kid, I mean, this is what it was.
It's a dream.
Unless you went to Disneyland or Disney World,
God
you weren't
damn it,
going to
fucking
just go
asshole.
see animatronics anywhere. And oddly enough, they were at a
$7.50.
pizza restaurant. 2 different
Man,
pizza
we're
restaurants,
living the
some people
good
competing
life.
competition.
Holy shit.
Time Theater with Chuck
Oh.
E. Cheese and Showbiz Pizza Place.
I've
with
worked
Rock
so
Park.
hard to get to this
Just a
position. How many
brief
hours have I
overview is
been
that
playing this
Pizza Time
game?
Theater, which is Chuck E. Cheese, started
80
in
hours.
1977.
Yup, I deserve it.
Showbiz started in 1980.
I deserve to auto
Pizza
farm.
Time Theater,
I've
Chuck
earned
E.
it.
Cheese went bankrupt in 1984.
I still do
Showbiz
want a
bought
lot.
them, and
I
then
want to do a
became
lot
Showbiz
more
Pizza
exploring,
Time.
but I want to get all
So
the
what is
upgrades
left
and shit.
of everything today that you're
Make sure I'm all
calling Chuck E.
packed up.
Cheese is
I
actually
can build
what's
all the
left
stuff that I
Showbiz
find while
that
I'm out
bought
there.
them. So what happened when they bought them out of bankruptcy? They got all of the IP, all of the copyright, and they never
They
owned
got
the Rocket
IP
Fire
and
Explosion. The Rocket Fire Explosion was still
I got
owned by the company
their
that
poop.
created them in Orlando, Florida, called Creative Engineering. They were always just leasing that show. They wanted the show, but the owner of that company would not let them have it, so they did away with it.
Going from like you as a kid witnessing this, you loved it, and then you started getting a little older. And when did you start actually being like, maybe I might buy them, maybe I might take some?
Oh wait, hold on. I never rated
would
No
buy
Man's
them
Sky on
started.
the
I don't even know where that
shop.
came from at this point. But it was like, you know, I started my own family. I was looking to have kids
I
of
gotta
my
rate
own,
it.
and
What
already.
year was this?
This was like early 2000, 2001. And I mean, already at that point, most of it was gone from this area. It didn't really exist anymore. My thought originally was to get the Chuck E. Cheese characters. That is what I went to more as a child. There were more of those here locally than there were Showbiz. But when I did start the collection, it became apparent very quickly that the Showbiz characters were more readily available because they hadn't been used. Chuck E. Cheese was still holding on to their shows.
Yeah.
So I wound up with the Rocket Fire Explosion first. Turn around and go over there and look on that table. At those pictures.
3.75.
That is what I got.
I'll give it a 4-star.
Those pictures right there to in here running took 4
There you go.
Hey guys, Tub from the future here. I'm
You
gonna be
guys
popping in
deserved it.
sometimes during this part of the video because there was a lot of air conditioning during the filming,
Damn, look
and
at all
there
the
are
one
just some things that I would
stars.
like to explain more over. So in this part of the video, Damien was explaining that it took 4 years to turn the endoskeletons into actual functioning characters. So for a brief period of time, he did just have some random, endoskeletons hanging around wherever he had them. And in case you're wondering how he got the actual parts, well, we're gonna talk about that in the video. Just wanted to give some context.
So what I want to do real quick is I want to let them introduce themselves. So I have an introduction show where they talk about being here and how crazy it is that it's in the middle of nowhere. So if y'all want to grab a front row seat right there.
The Smitty, is that what you said?
Yeah, this is a custom show for